No, you're good.
Okay.
All right, family, welcome to Social Proof Live. I had this idea yesterday. I was like, you know what? It'd be really, really cool. First off, I'll be having amazing conversations with Mr. Marcus, Him500. Give him a round of applause, y'all. Five's in the building. And we just be talking about stuff. And what was he talking about yesterday? Streaming, right?
Yep.
What? And we was like, yeah, okay, we couldn't figure it out because I thought streaming is for children. Do y'all watch streaming? Y'all watch people streaming?
No.
Anybody here anybody here over 30? I mean under 30? You still don't watch streaming? You don't watch streaming?
Yeah, I do.
You do? What you watch?
I watch Kai. That's it.
What Kai be doing?
Kai just be living his life.
Living his life. Do you watch him play video games?
No.
He don't play video games.
Yes, he do, bro. Yes, he does.
Here and there, but he's
But not heavy. He not heavy like a gamer.
no.
Y'all just watch
He
him live his
was
life?
playing
So like if
games,
you go
bro.
to Target, he'll be streaming.
He's actually really entertaining.
He is.
Yes.
Billy, I need you
Okay.
on the switcher.
He making
Billy,
30 million. He
switch
doing
it, bro.
something right.
Switcher. It's not switching, is it? Oh, you are switching. Oh, it's delayed. And I'm sorry. Yeah. It's a little delayed, and I apologize. So I came on there one time, and he was gaming.
Okay.
But y'all saying that wasn't his foundation? No? But I feel like you got to play games at some point, right? On Twitch? No? What do y'all be watching people do on Twitch?
You want to know what's crazy?
What's that?
I gotta learn the platform. I don't have a Twitch account, and I ain't never been on it.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. It'll open your mind to so many different possibilities. This is why when I was talking to you yesterday, I was like, the viewers don't want any value at all. It's almost like if you give too much value, they're like, oh, I'm out of here. All this value, I can't do this. Like
It's
we want to
boring.
see, we want to see you at a party.
That's why I ain't giving them value. I don't want to give them value.
So what you gonna do?
Value shit dead anyways. Well, I watch
Is
the
it?
ladies on YouTube.
Yeah, do your very best.
Yeah, I'll do my best. The value is dead. It ain't. You know, people listen, man. When people want to go search for information, they can go find it somewhere. If you notice, it's more so things is like, yo, like I want, like when you look at Kai, like I said, he's entertaining. I don't want to go and be like, oh, come and just learn from me. Like, nah, look at the results of what being smart gets you now. Like we seen what being stupid gets you. Okay, it was cool, but now guess what? I'm gonna put BTA. Come to this private island with me. But this is from being smart. I don't rap. I don't do stupid stuff. This is what being smart gets you.
But do we okay. Who's between 30 and 35 here? 30 and 35? Mm-hmm. Everybody else over 35? Who's over 35?
I'm over 30.
Who's under 30? Okay. So for me, and all I know is myself, I don't want to watch someone going through their life necessarily. And maybe I'm projecting.
If you
know
didn't
what I
get
mean?
invited to Neo Party, would you have wanted to watch us be at Kentucky Derby with the horses and all that stuff? Would you have been in the room? Imagine how many people that watch you and would have been like, yo, David Shands is there? Like, and you coming through the party and you seeing people dancing, having a good time, the dinner, this, that, and the third, the conversations, the jokes, the goofy stuff, people will watch.
Yeah. Okay. Let me introduce.
I like to watch
everybody
the
else here.
decor.
Introduce yourself real
one
quick.
thing that, like,
Hold on. Introduce yourself real
Yeah,
quick.
my name is Kim Perrymond. I'm an event planner, tech founder, and the CEO of the #1 party planning school. Easy peasy.
Is it the number one?
It's the #1.
How we know?
David,
How do we know? Defend it.
results. I have the largest creative community. My people are getting results. We're like a sisterhood, and if you need any events anywhere worldwide, we got you.
Okay, all right. Just be able to defend it. All right. I'll be saying I'm the #1 stuff too, but I talk you through it. Why?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Hey, my name is Kendra Cathey. I am a business person credit specialist, so I teach entrepreneurs, business owners, and investors how to access capital by teaching them exactly what the banks are looking for. So not only do I teach them how to structure their business and their personal credit profiles, but I also teach them how to actually take that and make money from it, right? So that's what I do. I teach you how to get rich using other people's money.
Love it. Okay.
I don't get to introduce myself.
No, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Okay. But I'm trying to understand the state of entrepreneurship right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to understand the state of entrepreneurship right now and how people are starting to consume content and how they're buying. So Kai will have all these people on the live, right? But they're not buying anything because he's not selling anything, right? So they're monetizing the advertisers. That's the whole game?
It become a power game. Like it's a difference between attention, money, and power. Like when you can get when Kai can do Streamer University and get all of the major streamers, you can get a Funny Marco, you can get a DDG, you can get all these people to come and learn from you. That's power. He now controls a whole genre of media, and then increased and improved everybody's numbers, turned everybody up. That's power. And so at that point, it's just like Mr. Beast. I don't need to go and get a corporate deal from these advertisers and things like that. I have power because I control people. And not only do I control people, but if I have in this much control, anybody that comes around me, I can increase your business value. I can increase your revenue. And so when I look at it, it's going like, it's almost like F the middleman. We don't need, the advertisements come, but they're cutting checks, but he's making money straight to the consumers. They're coming paying me. And then I'm able to turn you up. I'm able to turn my friends up. I'm able to build different business models, launch things. It's a game changer. I think it's more so a power thing where we it's a disconnect. We don't start to attract and learn like, yo, how do we leverage power? And it's a difference between like money and being able to pay for things, and having power. And when you have power, you can make things shift. It's different.
But
like,
money gives power.
No, because like, look, Neo brought them kids in and we shut the city down. To bring out and have 25 men bring their cars for free, have people give you school clothes and give you money and have the police come out and volunteer, that's power.
First off, if you ain't had no money, they not coming.
But that's power. It's a lot of people with money.
I mean, unless obviously you have to have a really strong cause, but in those cases, y'all got money.
Bro,
you couldn't even do that without money. Well, unless you get some other sponsors and things like that. But I think getting some money creates power.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that got money, right? Entrepreneur space. I can call and ask you to do things that other people can't. Mm-hmm. It ain't got nothing to do with money, and I'm not gonna pay you.
True.
It's the power, and it's power of relationships.
But
how did I
meet you? How did I meet you?
How did you meet me?
It had to have something to do with some money. Dang, this man's successful. And then we build a relationship, and then it's like, yo, now I do it because you're my man, and we built.
That's
not
years.
Power. You don't got power with me.
Power of relationship.
Power of relationship. Yes.
See, don't see
but a
power
person who has power.
It's how you took when I say power. It's that you think it's power just money, I'm bullying. It's power relationships.
What did you think? What did you think of? What did you think of when we were having this conversation about power?
So I feel like power has more to do with like social positioning and the actual person and the respect that comes behind their name. So I kind of see what Marcus is saying, right? Anybody, I mean, in the space of online entrepreneurship, a lot of people can make money, but power is built like in real life through connections where people are understanding you and your brand and also the leverage that you have. Like a regular average person can be making money, but if nobody knows you and people don't actually see the influence and the benefit from you, you don't actually have power. So I think when you actually know how to influence, persuade, and know how to move pieces, you have actual power versus just making money. I mean, it's a dollar amount. But I think power comes also through the impact and the influence you have on people. Like Marcus would be more powerful than me because of his brand positioning, but he's also built that up. So I think money can be made, but power has to come through time, influence, branding, and also understanding who you are and the impact you have on people.
She explained it very
100%.
I know she is, but she talking like it, right?
I agree 100%. So like power comes from impact and respect.
And
you too, like when you just said if you didn't have the money, you wouldn't you wouldn't be able to gain the power.
Power and influence, same thing or different? Power and influence, same thing or different? Different, okay. So if we're talking 50, 60 years ago, Malcolm X had power. I don't know how much money he had, but he had power, right? So your ability to articulate, your ability to tap into something that people are going through and say, I'm going to be your leader, that creates power. But I don't think we have leaders anymore in that way. Like first off, we don't even got groups anymore. like R&B groups. Nobody wants to be a background of nothing. Y'all gotta think of a group, a popping group. Nobody wants that, right? So I'm saying it's back in the day. I believe power existed without some sort of tangible something that people can see. But this whole world is moved by what you have, and it's not always money. But you might have some power if you built a community. But these days, it's hard to even build a community unless you're somebody with status or finances that they want to be like.
Or value. I mean, think about it.
Just give me an example.
You.
I got a couple dollars.
Huh? No, but you don't. Look. I came on your podcast, 2019? Mm-hmm. 2019, I come on your podcast, do an episode, we meet, we develop a relationship, see the things that you got. You, because of what you built and the respect that I have for you, if you say, yo, Fi, come pull up and do this, I do it. Somebody the other day said, yo, I told them, they was like, yo, how much it cost? I said $15,000. They was like, yo, we don't got it, can we do $7,500? I'm like, yo, it's not worth I'm not vested or tied to that. I don't want to be, I don't care. It's power. You didn't pay me to come. You don't pay me to do things. It's like, yo, like, and the power is.
But you know why you could turn down that $15,000? Y'all do some
$7,500.
strange things over there. $15,000. I'm
No, it
not
was $7,500. I turned down.
Yeah,
They didn't want
exactly.
to give me. I wanted
Yeah.
15. They wouldn't
But
give
do
it
you
to
know
me.
why you could turn down $7,500?
Why?
That ain't power. You got
Money.
some money,
I
right?
ain't talking about turning that down. I'm talking about why I'm here with you.
Because and here's the thing, I don't believe that I don't know if I have power. Like, I think I have more influence than power because I don't make anybody do
But
anything.
you humble and you will never say that. That word power triggers you.
Am I triggered?
Yeah, I think you
triggered you.
triggered.
Even when I said it, you like, nah, like, because you feel like it's like you got a more humble spirit. Like, you're so laid back and downplay things. Like, you won't pop it. You won't be like, I started all this. Y'all, everything y'all doing, I've been doing for 10 years.
And he will. That's why he like,
15
yeah,
years.
yeah, I
Like,
got
I've been
power.
doing it. Like, you think that's new?
This
like,
is true, by the way.
Congrats on your little,
I know that.
congrats on your little events. Oh, y'all doing conferences? Like, I've been doing those. Like, what are we talking about? Like, but you won't say it. You won't do it because you just carry that energy though. And it's dope because that's who you are. But we respect that from you. But that's why when you go like, yo, we need you to do something, it's like, yo, you're a pioneer of this space.
You really are.
So how do you position how do you look at your brand and position your brand based on how you want other people to see it? Because I think the way Five positions his brand is by design. Yo, I'm a powerful black man. I got it. I don't need you. Like, I rock with the people that I rock with. I will teach you if you're willing to learn. That's what I get from Five, right? Mine's is, all right, well, I'm like really chill. I ain't doing too much, right? But how would you position your brand?
So the way I position my brand, keep in mind, this was one of my first 12 years. Like, so the way that I position my brand now, being able to live that I live, at 25, the way I position it is kind of reaching back down to.
What?
I'm 25.
Years old?
Yeah. So, dang.
What?
How I look?
I'm about to say, yo, I don't know if that was the right response, Dave. That really wasn't
No, I'm just saying, bro.
Damn, you
You know what I was doing at 20? I was an idiot, bro. Like, I hung out with my friends. We smoked all day and drank and got in rap ciphers for hours. Like, hours on end. And we was all going to be rappers. And none of us is really that good. Yo, you are on a path. You hear me?
Thank God.
Wow.
Glory be to God. I actually got into entrepreneurship by force, actually. So it wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm finna be this big person 25. I always knew I wanted to be rich. But it's kind of like when I was 19, I got my identity stolen. And then I fixed it at 20 and I started a business. I just stayed consistent because I was like, how else am I going to make money? Like, after you make your first $10,000 online, you like, I'll never clock in. Like, y'all can keep that. So
Sure.
I was like, I even dropped out of college with a full scholarship because I was like, I want to bet on myself. And that was 4 years ago. I said, in 4 years, I can either be making $70,000 a year as an accountant, or I can be a business owner. I don't know what those numbers are gonna look like. But when I met him, I said, yo, he getting too much money. I met him. He flew in on a helicopter and jumped in a Rolls Royce. Right. So now the way that I even build my brand is that I know that it is so many black women that don't really know or understand that they can have a life full of freedom, a life full of options, full of choices, and that you don't necessarily have to wait on a man or a job. Like, my biggest thing is that I feel like God promises so much to us is that if we actually took the steps and understanding what it is we need to do to get it and figured out, like, it's so much out here. So I position my brand in the form of empowerment, reaching back down, educating people and helping them understand you don't got to do, OnlyFans. You don't got to compromise yourself. You don't got to compromise your standard, and let me be the example. Mm-hmm. So even when I'm popping it, I may not pop it how he pop it, but I'm like, yo, this how I'm living and I can help you. Mm-hmm. And that's why my community is so strong. Like, I literally get people who will pay me 2 to 3 times because they like, I don't want to leave this space. Like, I want to stay close to you. I want to stay close to your energy because they know I care. Mm-hmm. So my position of power is women looking at me and being like, not that, oh, she thinks she all that, but like, if she can do it, I can do it. So that's how I would say I purposely position my brand. Like, look, I ain't no better than you. I just know more than you. And if I can teach you, why would you not invest in yourself the way that I did? You know what I mean? So that's how I feel like I position my brand.
What steps do you take to make sure people see you in that way?
So the steps that I take, I call it A to B positioning. So my A point would be kind of like where I was in the past and where I feel like my target audience is and the struggles they had and the struggles I had at that positioning, like in that point in my life and the pain that I was really feeling. And then my B positioning would be where I am now. So I will post myself in American Express. I'll post myself, first class flights. I'll post how much money I make, but then I'll also remind people like it wasn't always like this, and this is the vehicle that I use to get to the B point. And I tell people like, you see me at the B point, you see me making money, you see me in designer, you see me traveling, you see me going places, you see me around millionaires, but let me remind you of this A point, and then this gap is where I'm selling you at, because this gap realistically is why I'm even here, what you see, because I understand alchemy, right? So I understand when people see you on social media, people not getting on social media necessarily to buy something. People get on social media, and let's be real, they compare themselves. They look at what they don't have. They look at what they ain't did, what they ain't achieved, what they haven't got. And I know that when people looking at me and my lifestyle, they're automatically think like, oh, like they automatically gonna be jealous. They see at 5, they see him, in designer popping stuff. He got a house on his wrist. They like, oh, look at him. But and I understand automatically that's gonna be their default response. So I'm also like, listen, this is what it was in the past not too long ago, and this is what I use. So if you invest in yourself, I'll show you. Okay. So you got to automatically understand, hey, you popping it. I ain't gonna cuss. Being mindful, but you popping it. People automatically gonna have those feelings of, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, she's doing better than me and all of that. I'm like, I mean, in a way I am, but it's only because I know more than you, not because I'm better than you. So that's how I feel like I position my brand.
I like that. I'm about to give away $100. Okay.
Okay.
Before we get to your answer, I'm about to give away $100. So I want you to prepare yourselves. And everybody here is in a race. I'm gonna give you something to figure out, and you got to figure it out. And the first person to figure it out and yell out the answer, I'm gonna give you $100. Okay? Cash. My online family, okay? The first person that sends me a DM. No, can I give away your number?
That's crazy.
I want to see it in real time for some reason. Because I don't want you to put it on here, the answer. Okay. All right. Online, I'm going to give you a different challenge, and then y'all in person, okay? So, okay. How do you want people to view your brand? And I'll give you an example. For myself, I wanted to, like all my friends getting Lambos. And then I was like, oh, I'm doing something, get my little Tesla. You know what I mean? Go crazy. And like we were at Neil's house, and he wouldn't let me park in the parking area. You know what I mean? Because it's like, they got the Lambo and the Rolls Royce and all that. I'm like, dang, it's still all right. You know what I mean? It's not bad. And he wouldn't let me park there, so I had to go like park all the way at this church and then get on the shuttle. Because I had a little Tesla. At that point, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get me a Lambo. But then I started thinking about it. I felt like, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like that would create a disconnect between me and my brand. And it's the fact that I didn't want it. I was doing it because of these guys, bro. Like it was, yes, you're the main culprit, bro. I'm like, everybody got one. I guess I need to get one to be in this little crowd. But I'm like, if I got that, I don't think people will look at me as, I want to be looked at almost like a little bit better, maybe a little smart, a little more accomplished than my audience, like something you can strive towards, but not like on this mountain, right? So those are some of the things and the decisions I was like, no, I'm not getting it. Those are some of the decisions that I make because I don't want to, one, it's not even something that I desire like that, but two, I feel like it'd be a brand disconnect. But what are some of the things you want your audience to think about when they think of you, and how do you do that?
Yeah, so that girl that started planning parties for $275, horrible relationship, 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. And David.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not like judging. I'm just saying. So all 3 were horrible relationships?
The first one wasn't. Like it was on me.
You messed that up.
I did.
Okay.
I did. But
right.
the second one was horrible. The third one, we're still in that relationship. So it was a great relationship. But
hold on, this third one's a good one.
oh yeah, that's Terrence.
Bruh, I thought you were saying I'm in 3 horrible relationships, and even the one I'm in, I thought that's what you were saying. No, but that's a good one.
He said you
Okay,
the problem.
cool. Are they an entrepreneur as well?
Yeah, Terrence is.
Okay. Who make more money?
Me.
Have you ever dealt with...
Yo, that's a
Either
foul
of you.
question to ask.
What?
Because it can't have a positive outcome.
Yes, it can.
No.
Yes, it can. Some men are insecure about that. I don't know if you ever dated somebody where you up and they always bringing up money. I have friends all the time, successful women, and that is one of the biggest issues. They got like this whole self-doubt thing, and they say sly stuff like, I mean, all right, I know you probably used to dealing with da-da-da. It's
They
like,
definitely
bruh,
do.
Get your own pockets together.
Okay,
It was
continue.
different when we first met though. So like he was up and I wasn't doing as well. So when he came into my life, like I had this little vision board and he just started helping me check off everything. So
That's hard.
I
Yes.
can say
You didn't think it was going to end in claps.
Huh?
See, it was perfect.
Yeah. Nah, I
Yeah,
like that.
so he let me shine. Like you need to keep your heels on. Don't put on your flip flops. Like he holds me to a standard. So,
Dope. Okay.
but back to my brand. So like I want ladies to see, like my business didn't pop until like a couple of years ago. So I want ladies to see me as their inspiration. So like I struggle with just wanting to be, so Dion was like, you need to get you a watch. You need to get you an iced out easy peasy. And I'm like, but I don't really want to. Like, I'm just like that mom. And I show my viewers same thing. It ain't no balance. I work hard and that's what it is.
That's dope. All right.
Nah,
You
it's
can do
not,
the same.
That's not it. Nah, David, I'm not letting that rock.
Oh.
David said, you're the main corporate. Make everybody want to get cars. You didn't want... You fell into... I wanted to let people know, like, y'all can fall into peer pressure wanting to get things, or you can desire it. I've always been that dude. Mm-hmm. I go back 2012, I'm standing in front of a Range Rover. I go back 2006, I'm standing in front of a Charger on 22s. I always been in the cars. These are things that motivate me and drive me. So when I came to the space, everybody was wearing suits and things like that, but that don't drive me.
Right.
All right? I'm not that guy. So I like Rolls Royces. I wanted to be in business, but I was
Put their name on their car first.
Neo did the goofy name branding. Neo did it. He started the branding, right? But I'm the one that went and started buying all the cars. And but me and Neo both was on jets. Mm. That's why we came, we was both mentored by Eric Thomas, but when I looked at his page, he was getting off a jet and I said, oh, he probably knows something that I don't know. Uh-huh. That's what really connected us. But the cars, I'm like, I see Meek in them. I'm like, I'm getting a Rolls Royce. I want a Wraith. That was my desires. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And so then I started to I pressured Neo, so I would pick him up in my car every day. Like,
it's your fault, bro.
No,
it's your
100%.
fault. This whole city got Lambos.
No, I didn't.
It's your fault, bro. It wasn't like this before.
It wasn't.
A Lexus used to be okay. Nice little Lexus.
No, listen.
Cool, nice Toyota Camry with a keep it clean.
No, because I'm really in Atlanta. So I remember looking and coming outside, and Exclusive Game had a gold Ferrari, and T riding around in a gold Ferrari
True.
and was branded. It just
That's
wasn't
true.
as entrepreneurs, but the city of, not the education entrepreneurs, but T is an entrepreneur, somebody I looked up to. That gold Ferrari was branded. When you seen him, you knew it was him.
For sure.
When you follow him on the gram and then you see him in person, you're like, damn, like I'm that close to this. Like I'm that close to bro. Like I see his success. I see his moves. I don't care if we ride past each other in traffic. I'm inspired.
You definitely started in the credit space though.
Online
Definitely.
entrepreneurs,
Online
him,
for
sure.
financials, for the financial space, like that. You
For
did,
sure.
for sure,
100%.
for sure. Like I feel like in Atlanta, because I was born and raised in Atlanta, so it's like the people that had like the cars and stuff, they was more like celebrities and stuff like that, or bigger entrepreneurs. But you was more the one that came. You was popping it, like you financial literacy. You couldn't
That's a
mention
fact.
credit or finance without him. So it's even so many black people right now, like he was like, no, we gonna get the fly stuff. We ain't getting no rentals. We getting the chains. We getting the bust downs. And like, I know you saying like, that's just how you
No.
are. But if you
I
look
regret
at
some of it
the,
now.
like, listen, it is on you. maybe not just in Atlanta, but definitely in the credit and in the financial space.
In the financial literacy space, yeah. I used to have change logos and shit. Like, but it wasn't. I can go back to 6th grade
That's always what you.
and I have a chain on. I have a watch on. It's always been me. So when I see the space and I go, like when she says somebody tells her to get it, and it's like, but if it's not you, like if David Shands would have got a Lambo, it would be like, you know how somebody walk in with something that's out of the ordinary, like, oh, I see you, boy. Like it's like, yo, what you doing? Like that was unique. It doesn't fit you. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, first off, a nice car would fit me. Let's just be clear. I'm not about to stumble out of it looking goofy.
A
like,
Corvette, you know what I'm saying? You probably like a little vet, you know what I'm saying? A little vet. But you going to get a Lambo, it's like, yo, social proof?
He's
Like
trying. He's trying to.
This Cheesecake Factory Dave. Like
Yeah.
this guy, this dude doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
It means nothing.
I don't think people take that into consideration. You shouldn't worry about what people think of you, but I do believe you should be conscious of the brand you're trying to portray to people. So some of us just walk out, bonnet on, flip flops. That's just me. But even though you're not chasing what people think, you should still take it into consideration. Like if someone sees you, you still want them to respect you in that way. All right, trivia time. Are y'all ready? Okay. Here's the scenario. You ready? You have a store. No, all of y'all. So whoever
play too?
has the answer, huh?
I can play too.
Yeah, you can play.
right,
He's
cool.
not getting the money.
Oh,
You have a store. The rent of the store is $3,500. Okay? The lights cost $250 a month. You sell t-shirts for $30 each. No discounts. The cost of the shirt is $4.75. I'm gonna run it back, and you're going to have to.
we
I'm not
can't
gonna tell you
win
that part.
nothing.
Y'all can't win nothing.
I'm putting my phone down.
35. What, you tapped out on the math? She like, hold on.
No, I
hold on.
didn't tap. No, I didn't tap that on the math. I'm like, dang,
How
we
much was
can't
the shirt?
win.
30. So hold on. $3,500 is your over. It's the overhead for the store. The lights cost $250 every single month to keep the lights on. You sell T-shirts for $30. The cost of the T-shirt is $4.75. Here's the question: how many shirts do you have to sell every month to break even?
125.
You have to sell 125 shirts. So,
No, you gotta sell.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
You gotta
whoa,
sell
whoa,
148.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
148.
whoa, five. Hold on. All right. So, does anyone believe they have the right answer? Not y'all. You have it? Okay. What's the answer?
148.
You have to sell 148 shirts. Give her the mic real quick. Give her the mic over there. Because I haven't checked it, but I feel like your answer's wrong.
1,000%.
125.
What you got?
Hold on. Okay. So how many shirts?
148 shirts.
Okay, you have to sell 148 shirts. All right, so give me the math. Show your work.
Okay, so I put the same exact question you gave me into ChatGPT and just had you know what I'm saying? And it says rent $3,500, lights $250, total fixed cost $3,750. Profit per shirt, if we're selling the shirt at $30 per shirt, cost per shirt is $4.50. Their profit per shirt is $25.50.
Hold on, real quick.
It was 25 was the price of the shirt. No, but she's still right. It still was 144.
But even, okay, so.
She didn't go into the decimal.
Yeah, so you short a shirt.
She's short because
How you use ChatGPT and still wrong?
Well,
For one, how much did you say the shirt cost was?
$4.50.
It's $4.75.
Did I say that?
He said $4.75.
Oh, then yeah, my math
Yo,
is
first
wrong.
off, you can't just rely on AI. You still have to input the right information.
Right, so I put the input the wrong information by that because if you said 475, I put 450. So my math
put
is
the wrong
definitely
numbers.
Your math is wrong.
But
But let me ask chat real quick if
No.
it was
Well, okay,
475.
what you got? What you got? Okay. Hold on, okay, give her the mic.
no, that's wrong too.
179. Hold on, give me a second. Give her a second. Okay, go for it.
Okay, I did the same thing with ChatGPT.
Okay.
So it said, here's your, this is what you be given. Your rent is $3,500. Your lights is $250. Total overhead is $3,750. Profit per shirt, if you're selling for $10, is $6, $20 to $16, $25. It broke all that down, which is unnecessary. But it said total to cover is $3,750 and overhead. So that's 179 shirts per month, 45 shirts per week, 67 shirts per day.
So this is
That's not right.
it's not right. And the thing about this that I don't like with this, even on this question, where a lot of people will watch, is that ChatGPT can give you an answer, but if you don't have what I would ask the trivia on this question was, what's the equation that you need to calculate to find your profit to break even?
Yeah.
So now you gotta because the only equation that when I looked at it, the only number I needed is $3,750. All I needed was profit per shirt and divide that by $3,750. It's gonna give me how many shirts I sell. But you need to be wired. Your brain should be wired as an entrepreneur when you're going into business. Is that what's the hard cost? What's the profit? If I divide it, it tells me where I break even at. That's it. But we should be as entrepreneurs is that it's easy.
$3,750. Oh yeah,
$3,750 for the rent, 25 for the shirt. That was the equation. What's the equation that's needed to find the solution? And how do you come up with that?
Right.
Because now we start to wire and train entrepreneurs and train business owners on like, you know what? It's math, the equation of where I need to be at and how versus asking ChatGPT, because then it takes the work away, but then you'll never understand it in other equations and other frameworks. You can't put it in life. So anything comes in my life, I always got a framework for it. It's like, okay, how I operate, even if I know how to go find a solution calculator, but my brain can create my framework to pull that out.
So what is the right answer?
148.
Huh? What's the right answer?
148.51.
149. But you can't sell a 51% of a shirt.
148.51 cents. It's 140. It's how much money? $148.51.
No. You have to sell 149 shirts.
You gotta sell 149.
Oh, 100, yeah.
But you can't because the question was, you're not listening to Fi.
Yep, I was.
149 shirts.
So I mean, this is the reason I even came up with this type of question is because like I be figuring stuff out. I'm not relying on ChatGPT. Now, it's not that you can't use ChatGPT, but what if you listen wrong and input the wrong information and you can't figure out why you're not making money? Mm-hmm. Because we're lost in the art. We used to have to, y'all, you might not know. We used to had to get a sheet of paper and a pen, and we had to write down the whole number.
I know.
And then this funny little, it's like a half a circle with a line at the top. You got to put the number on there, and you got to divide it, do long division.
That's PEMDAS?
You do long division? Have you ever heard of long division?
That's PEMDAS.
She never even heard of long division.
Yeah, that was PEMDAS.
Parentheses.
Oh my gosh.
No, I kind of remember it.
You kind of remember it. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But like,
I've always been good at math though, so that's why I'm like, yeah, that's PEMDAS.
Business is math. I want to get, what's the right answer?
149. You get
149.
Okay, she's actually the first person to say the right answer because you had the wrong answer. You said 148, and you put stuff in wrong, and she just listened well to everybody else. Did you do the math? Give me the math. Give me the math. See, you that gray hair, long division. You gotta have gray hair to know long division.
That's great.
And I divided it by 25.25. That's how much the shirt costs. That's how much. And it came up to 148.5.
You said what? What does the shirt cost?
The shirt.
We
What
got
you gonna make off the
envelopes.
shirt is 25.25.
You said the shirt cost is what?
$4.75, right? It's $4.75 a shirt.
Yes.
So it's $30. So that's 25.
Mm-hmm.
And then $37.50 divided by that amount comes up to 148.51. But like him said, we can't have a half a shirt, so we got to go up to 149.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There we go. Give her a round of applause.
Run it out.
And
Go take, your, go
and I
take your
got-
money.
And I got credit for what you said. I was wrong.
I know, right?
What you said.
Go get your lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Give her a round of applause.
$100 lunch.
Okay.
You get lunch at $100. You going to roof,
Hold on.
Chris?
Hey, listen. You didn't have $100 lunch.
Yo, chill.
You done-
Chill.
All right, cool. So I want to continue to talk about not only just branding, but the psychology and how you see gaining a customer, because we're all in customer acquisition mode, right? Mm. So when you look at a customer, how do you get someone to buy from you? I'm gonna start here.
So how do I get somebody to buy from me? How I use lead magnets, so I'm thinking about who my target audience is and what would they want to get from me.
Yep.
So I do freebies. Those are some things that I do.
Okay.
Another thing is branding and making sure that I look the part. If I'm doing an event for somebody, if I'm meeting Him500, I know Lord have mercy, he like flashy stuff. So let me let me pull out, you know what I mean? Let me pull out my watch. Let me make sure that I have on, some designer, so that when he looks at me, he knows that like, okay, we align, we on the same page.
That's interesting. Do you look at people like that? Do you see that? No.
You don't?
Nah, look. Man, this is crazy. I feel attacked. Like
This
I'll
is a
just
good conversation.
Yeah.
No, it is. No, but it's real. Like, but it does matter. Appearance matters because when you come out, how you present yourself. But the biggest thing is that I don't judge people off of it, because I understand that everybody's gonna have a different look. But I will, like, as I do business with people, I would be able to identify her brand, and then I can also identify if I'm helping her, who her target audience is gonna be, how she's gonna have to speak, how she's going to have to position herself, what kind of activities they're going to need to do, because there's going to be a certain girl that is going to be attracted to you and want to work and want to be around you. So you can't do the same thing that other girls do, right? And so when you position that brand, Kendra's grown a lot. Like, I'm hella proud, like, hearing her talk. I'm like, damn, because when she, like, starting off, like, she was built to, like, she was rough like us. Like it was like she was raw. Like, it's just real blunt and blatant. Like, and it's just what it was. But she would have made men more comfortable.
Oh, I definitely would have.
It's like men were more comfortable and be like, I'll tap in. Like, yo, come here. Like, yo, like the way you talk like us.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women can only, I tell them, like, yo, most of your clients will be women. Men can have men and women clients reality when it comes into the coaching space, but when women, they're gonna most likely resort and go to a woman. So you look at it and it's like certain people will be able to do things. So me, I don't judge people off of like just the designer, because I got tomboys in my group, different type of girls, different type of guys. Some guys that's more reserved, they not with that. But that does not mean that they not gonna go out here and have impact.
I thought you were just about to say some guys that are just more feminine.
Some men are feminine.
Some men are feminine.
No, I thought that's where
We
you
do
were
got
saying.
it's some feminine men. You got a lot of beta men, but it's communities for beta men.
Beta man?
Yeah.
I never heard of that. What's a beta man? What's a beta man?
Like you, like kind
A
of like
beta
just
man.
like
Not a beta man. I don't know what a beta man is, but I'm not a beta man. First off,
yo, but he said I ain't beta, but I know it's not me.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Y'all gotta realize we do play a lot. Like we build genuine relationships, but no, it's like alpha man, beta man.
Oh.
So it's the opposite of alpha man. So when you said like feminine man, more so, I'm not going into explaining that. I'll be on some like you'll clip it up.
I know I'm not alpha, but I'm not like a.
That's why I wouldn't say I would like
I
a
don't
middle
be
ground.
beta.
Why?
I would say like a middle
because it's the
ground.
opposite. Because the way we started talking about
I think
feminine,
it's so
then
laid
you went to
back.
beta, which makes me think beta is feminine.
No,
And I'm-
you see how you was like, yo, I'm not really like, I'm not how we did the podcast with Milano, and you was like, I'm not really emotional. I'm not really into that. I don't get my ego spiked and things don't bother me. Like, I'm not really like that. Like, I'm not aggressive. Like, I don't have that in me. That's like, it's beta
I'm in
is
the
not
middle.
a bad thing.
I'm
It's
not
kind of more
beta.
passive.
Let me just see, because I feel like it's
Ask
disrespect. Let me just
ChatGPT.
check. Yeah, I'm about to ask ChatGPT.
Maybe
That is
beta
a
wasn't the
Chat.
right adjective.
Hey, Chad, what is a beta man? I feel like I'm being disrespected right now. Can you tell me what a beta man is? Beta. Did you come up with that, or that's a real thing?
It's a real thing.
It's a real characteristic trait.
It doesn't mean.
No, it does
Well, he
not
didn't
mean.
call you
No,
a
it does.
simp,
It does
so.
not. It's still heterosexual.
The term beta man or beta male is often used in pop culture and online spaces to describe a man who is perceived as passive, submissive,
That's why I said a middle ground. I don't think it's
or lacking dominant traits,
All the way
especially
out.
when compared to the so-called alpha male who is seen as assertive, confident, and a leader. But here's the truth. Most of these labels are oversimplified and often toxic ways of categorizing men.
That's why I said
Stop with your toxic ways, fam. Call me beta man. I ain't no beta man.
You said what's a beta man? I was explaining it.
Okay, since we're here, and we'll go to you. Customer journey. Someone that doesn't know you. What's the idea customer journey? They see you in the streets or at the club or online. So what is the ideal
I'll go to the
customer
club.
journey?
Today, my ideal customer journey is, it's a little bit different because I'm more so already at this point, the journey is more so just kind of development of people who are already kind of moving and having motion and kind of understand where they're at, where they want to go.
So not how Kendra used to be. The person's like, I don't got nothing going. I'm trying to figure it out.
That was my mentorship. So I used to mentor. I've learned how to mentor and do things like that. But then at this space where I've grown at, I got disconnected. Because at one point I was connected to that. I can understand it because I was coming through it. So when I'm coming through entrepreneurship and I'm just learning it and I'm figuring it out, I can teach you what I've learned and experienced. You get to a point where it's like, I'm not looking how to get a free flight no more. You know what I mean? In business, it's like, I can go out and get $150,000 from corporations in under a week. So my operations are different. So now I can't connect with somebody and just be like, I can help you and give you the blueprint, but that's not really where I want to live at in my conversation. So my customer journey is for people who are already in business and are going like, okay, well, what's my next steps and what's my infrastructure need to look like? What's my framework need to be like to grow, to start being able to develop a 8, 9 figure business? Like, what does that have to look like? What kind of relationships? What do I need to put in place? So my customer journey is more so people who already did the grind work, because to get to $100,000 in business, your website doesn't matter. Your Instagram link in your bio doesn't matter. To make $100,000 in business, you just have to work. You have to grind. And it develops a certain person. And once that person has been able to make $100,000 plus in business, now you start to look at your websites and your systems and your analytics and what works, what doesn't work. And that's the person that I start to work with, is the person who's already went through the grind and prove it stage, that you've tested yourself, you did it when it did not work, you kept going. So my customer journey is somebody that's like, you know what, like, I don't have mentees no more. Like, I have partners. Like, I'll partner with you. I'll help train you and put you in the environment and bring you networks of people, because you're an asset. To make it past that 100,000 in business and grind, you become an asset to business and entrepreneurship. You need to be around other people, and now you get to learn from other experiences. So my customer journey is like bringing somebody in and being able to expose them to better frameworks, to give them resources, to give them things and just watch them grow. So my customer journey is like, you come, this is what you got, this is what you didn't understand, this is what you're doing wrong, you're looking at this wrong. Like, and a lot of times it's simple things like, literally last night somebody came to me and said, super successful, did over $1 million, then worked with Beyonce, then worked with, like, you name it, Kendrick's, the different people doing clothing designing. Business model works. It was like, but I need funding because I've been doing self-funded. And I said, cool. I said, she's like, so I got a team that develops clothes, but we can't take on more people. I said, so if you took me on, what would you do? We'll build your website, we build everything, and we take a percentage, but we do all the shipment, we do everything in America. So we're cut and stitch, fly clothing brands, we can take it. I said, okay, cool. How much, if you had $100,000, it'll be able to do it. It's like, yeah, why? Because I'll be able to pay my staff to be able to maintain and produce more clothes and take more clients on. I said, cool, so you just reverse it. I said, you need to make people pay you a minimum of $3,500 a month or $5,000 a month, and that'll come out of your profit. Instead of taking profit on the back end from the clients that you have now, make them do a minimum retainer of $5,000 a month. You get 10 people to give you $5,000 a month, that's $50,000. That keeps your staff working. That you don't get profit until y'all make over the $5,000. But you've already secured your employment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not recreating the wheel.
Yeah, and you're not at a stage where you're helping people figure it out.
I'm not starting your business with you.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? But you got it going, but we can improve it.
Yeah.
Just that simple. Within 30 to 45 days, she'll be able to double or triple her business profits and productivity.
that makes sense. Even how you position your branding, like you are positioning your brand. One, it's who you are, but you attract people that either are on that level, can see a clear path to getting there because I got it. It's just I want to work with this person now, which makes sense in terms of why all the things you do makes sense. Even doing a trip out of, where y'all going?
Turks, private island.
Turks? A private island.
It's a private island. It's just in the region of Turks and Caicos. But yeah, we're going to a private island.
Yeah, you have to be a person that can go to a private island. I mean, being real. So like my audience is not all audience. My audience is typically people who have made under $100,000 or under a couple $100,000, which I'm.
But they're not a person that has to be able to go to a private island.
No. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't set up a trip like that, only because I know the situation. And not everybody, because we have people who made millions of dollars in the program, right? But I wouldn't set that up because I understand my audience of people. You're not probably going to say, yo, let's all go to Miami, because
I'm not going.
For sure. But that makes sense. And I'm trying to help people understand everything you do says a lot about your brand, especially when I see people go for higher end clients and they start doing lower end stuff. You know what I mean? Or you going for, like, I'm trying to help people start, and you start doing high level stuff, and it's like the branding is disconnected. So I can't, you're not going to be able to build an audience of people who say, yo, this is my person. So
I make people uncomfortable because they know it's $10,000 minimum.
Yeah.
I got a $10,000 and a $100,000 option. I don't even want to think that, like, yo, man, I got $1,000. I want to come over there. Like, I'm not the guy for you.
Yeah.
There's people for everybody. And
you got to be okay with that, bro.
1,000%.
People are just not okay with that.
And it's the reality is that, but that's where a lot of people won't be themselves. Mm-hmm. Like how you said, like my audience, I know where it is. You're 100% comfortable with being you. Mm-hmm. I know you make a lot of money. I know I know you got it. Like Dave got it. Like, yeah, see, you're going to play humble. See, I'm the one that's hot. I'll blow the spot up. Dave will blow our spot up all the time. Oh, but David, you super successful, but you maintain, you don't go and buy, you didn't jump out the window on houses or none of that. Like, it's like, I'm cool. Like, I want to be able to invest and do my thing. I'm comfortable. Podcast, something going to happen, whether I make money or not, I'm still going to do it.
That's no longer my mindset. You're going to make some money this year, for sure.
But that's the thing with branding though, and but with me is that a lot of people don't get that raw. Mm-hmm. So for us to sit on two different spectrums and be able to sit and even have this conversation, and people can look and be like, it's okay for you to be like, you know what, like I'm one of my guys, Eddie was just talking about it. He does, one of his biggest clients has a training program. He says, I only train men who make over $100,000 a month. And people were upset. He said, but he makes more money than any other trainer because how much he can charge, and he's targeting certain people on purpose.
That's a fact.
So people feel away. You have to be able to split the room. Some people are going to rock with you, some people aren't. The people who aren't, they never were going to rock with you. Mm-hmm. There's something in me that some people will go, not doing it. Like it's always been people out there who go, man, shoes is shoes. And it's like, no, they're not. Man, a hat is a hat. No, we don't wear the one with the NBA logo on it. Like, you don't put the NBA logo hat on. Like, it's not the one, bro. Nobody got one.
Make sure.
Yeah, I already scanned the room before I made the
You know
example.
what's crazy? I'd never even thought about that. Like, I just wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? So, all right, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a little swaggerless if you don't know. And wearing your hat like this. Don't
It's
do
like
this,
some
y'all.
2010,
Okay?
2012
Listen, I'm
vibes,
just
Tumblr
saying, you wear
vibes.
your clothes how you want to wear them, but I'm saying
Dave, you forgot to
if
squint
you
your
wear
eyes.
your hat like this, like any time past like 2004, you're a clown. Okay, just turn your hat around. Just either wear it to the front or wear it to the back. Okay, that's a good point. That was a little fashion tip. Just let everybody know.
It's socialism. Like people that you gonna socialize with, you not. It's just the reality of it.
I'll wear my joint like this for the rest
Yeah,
of the
I wouldn't have
episode.
came.
I wouldn't have came.
Like, nah, bro. Like, you got to fix your cap. It's like, you remember we had to turn Grant hat around. Like, yo, you don't knock it off. Yeah. Right. don't you
Yo, this
dare.
is the equivalent of walking around with one pants leg up. This is the equivalent. Kendra, customer journey. Talk to me about the customer journey that you ideally in your mind, the things that you do to attract the right person.
So, dang, I'm about to give up my game. Okay, so when I first started, I ain't had no money, right? So my
This feels
biggest thing was that
uncomfortable.
I didn't
Every
want
time I
to
have
just, I probably had like 200 followers on social media. Nobody really knew me. And at the time I was doing credit. So I was like, I had heard something from Myron Golden and he was like, stop trying to find customers and make it easier to find you. So what I would do is I made about 80% of my money off of Facebook. So what I would do is I would go to Facebook group with my target audience. I was doing credit repair at the time. So I would go to home buyer groups. I would go to financial literacy groups. I would go to entrepreneurship groups and I would offer credit to those people. So I wouldn't just go in and start selling. What I would do is I clear everybody off my Facebook because I was like, yeah, if you're going to be here, like, you got to be my client. So I would target my ideal client and I would add them to my Facebook my Facebook list got to like 5,000, and every single day I would post about credit. I would look at the stuff they would say in the group, and then I would answer those questions like on my page. I would DM them, and then I also knew like this process was going to take time, so I actually got partnerships with people who had access to my ideal client, which is what I got from him. So when I was in school studying accounting, as an accountant, you get to go to, you know, different type of events and stuff like that. So I will go to accountants, I will go to bankers, I will go to different people in the financial industry, and I said, hey, you know, I fix credit, this is what I do, here's some results, and I got my certificate, like certified credit association. So they would send me clients. So I was like, where can I find these people? So I didn't do I did 3 at the most. So I had a trackable thing of what I would do every single day to make money. And then I also understood the difference between marketing and sales. So I knew market was how I got their attention, but sales was how I actually closed and converted them. So I would have, like I told you, I was broke. So I would have like a calendar link, and I would have a Google spreadsheet, and I would have who I wanted to talk to, who I wanted to reach out to, when, you know, what problems and stuff they had. And even if they didn't close, I would still market to those problems, post results, and also post how I was helping myself and other people. So I found 3 ways of where they were, and then I put myself in a position not necessarily to sell them or to close them, but to get them to where I wanted them to be, which was to my page. And then I would build a relationship with them, and then I would build relationships with people who had access to the people who I thought would be by my ideal like client or audience or something like that. So a lot of people don't, you know, they be sleeping on Facebook, but I'm like, yo, that's how you, like, Instagram, I feel like it's easier to get in front of a lot of people, but I think Facebook is easier to get in front of a targeted audience of people if you know how to do it. Because once your community is built and you're building a community and you're educating and you going live and you posting results, they gonna start bringing other people. Like right now, I probably get about 2 to 5 million in reach without having to do the little TikTok and the reels and stuff like that. But that's because my foundation was targeted people, and then as I delivered on my promise for years at a time, they started bringing other people. Like right now, I make money just from people sending referral. I don't depend on it, right? But I think a lot of people think that they just have to keep throwing stuff at the wall. And I'm like, I want to be targeted because I need to make money. I'm not trying to get everybody. I'm trying to get people who I have a solution to the problem that they have. So I was super targeted in my efforts to get in front of the ideal people. And then I kept following up until they buy. Like, I was annoying. I had bills to pay. Like, I'm like, hey, I'm running the special. Like, hey, how you doing? And then I would send in results, and I would keep posting. And then I would go in groups. I'd be like, hey, can I pay you? Can I go live in here? And then on the live, like, I would close. So yeah, it was a little bit more manual, but I mean, I feel like in business, you have two things. You either have money, or you have time, or you have audacity. Audacity ain't gonna get you nothing. So if you ain't got money to get in front of people, you gotta spend your time getting in front of people. So if you don't know what to do with that time and you just throwing, trying to get in front of everything and not really figuring out who am I helping, like marketing is really understanding, okay, you got all these people. This is the group of people that I'm trying to help. This is the problem. This is the solution they need. This is how and then in my mind and my marketing, I was like, okay, how do I talk to that? How do I make them trust me as the person that, I can actually do it? And then I would just keep following up. So I feel like a lot of people, even when it comes to posting, content and stuff, that's marketing. That's not sales. Like, how are you actually getting the money? Because sales is when you're using persuasion to actually get the money. Yep. So I like targeted marketing. And then, of course, when you get ads, then you can actually target a group of people. But that's how I started getting in front of my clients. And then, of course, it's a process, but that's kind of how I started building my brand in the beginning. So now it's like continuing to market and then getting the ads, getting on podcasts, investing stuff like this. Because now I got money a little bit. Now it's not as manual. Like, I would do this, but I'm not going, on a podcast that's talking to people that's not my audience. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, social proof, like, I'll invest and get on here because I know, like, you talking to mostly entrepreneurs. I'm not going to go where they talking about OnlyFans and drama and hip hop and stuff like that, because why? I got a little bit of money now. So that's how I, started getting clients and stuff when I was first starting out.
Speaking of which, man, I think you said something super key. You have to, like, there has to be a certain level of being annoying. Like, you got to go.
Yeah.
And I think people don't post because they don't want to mess up their page.
Oh, please.
They don't want to feel like they're promoting. And that's the thing that grows the business. So what I'm about to give a challenge out to y'all. I'm going to sell somebody some money on my live. Okay? Okay. 2 parts. If you can take a screenshot that you posted 2 times today already, you posted 2 valuable pieces of content, and send me a text to 404-737-4935.
Hey man, that's a
I got a $30 lunch. It is.
That's a community reset.
It is a community number. But I'll be able to see it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not getting my cell phone.
No. I'm saying the community. No.
And I don't really use it like that.
Yeah, remember you didn't have it when we did $1 Million Worth of Game.
That joint used to be free.
Remember when we did $1 Million Worth of Game? You didn't have it. You used mine. I still be getting leads off your joint.
Really?
Man, what?
Share some of the. Yo, can I tell y'all something real quick? This is a story. And hey, the first person to send it, I need proof that you posted 2 times today. At least 2 times today. The first person to send me that, I'm going to sell you $30 for lunch because $100 is excessive. That's a bit, he got me thinking, okay? Before 12:45 Eastern Standard Time, I just need a screenshot of proof that you posted. Just give me your page. You could just add your page, I guess, and I'll go to your page to see if you posted at least 2 times something on your page. Now, in this room, has anyone posted 3 times today?
Not yet. Mine is scheduled to go out.
Okay.
At 3 and 6, I can show that.
I mean, I haven't posted twice, but I just want to know if anybody
story.
here is going hard. Yeah, well, I posted 1. Yeah, well, I think
We can do story
this morning on
posts.
social proof. No, I posted twice? Okay.
It's only 12:45, Dave.
In this room. Yo, there's people posting 10 times a day.
I know.
Going crazy. So, in this room, how many times are we posting in the morning meetup a day? Who posted 3 yesterday? I got lunch. Unbelievable. No, you posted 3 yesterday? Let me see.
I posted yesterday.
Hold on what platform?
Instagram.
You posted 3 times on Instagram. Let's go, Tiffany Tayus. What's your Instagram?
Tiffany Tayus.
Tiffany Tayus. Okay. We got one at 59 seconds ago. We got one.
I know that's right.
Successful speed.
I know that's
I
right.
did say 12:45 East before that. Okay, so we got one 18 hours ago. We have one.
I posted 7 times yesterday.
What's up with you?
What's up?
This says 18 hours ago and then 2 days ago.
Oh, in my stories. I do a lot of stories.
Let's see.
Stories all day long.
Bro, there's one. You have one thing in your stories 17 hours ago. What are you
No.
talking about, Brady? Did you? No, it doesn't disappear quite quick. It
It's
disappears
24
in
hours.
24 hours.
Well, this
Can we make 3 posts right now? Does that count?
Well, we should. I'm sorry?
yes,
Yesterday before noon, you think?
I do.
Did you? Did you?
All day, 3 times a day.
So you do
I
3
got
times
you.
in the
I'll
morning as soon as
$30.
you wake up?
No.
Huh?
I have a VA
That was the
text?
you missed it. That was the oop.
Let me see.
Early in the morning, 3 times.
Somebody
I
said they
post.
did it? Text sent. Right, I don't see no text. 404 737
That's the,
4935.
hold on. Him5.
Send it to, so, Rod, you have my Instagram too, so send that. Send it in
Oh,
Instagram.
you read that from?
He ain't send that text.
Shout out to Albert.
Albert Conway, I did
He
20
said he
years in
did 20
prison.
years in prison.
Yeah, let's post that. I did 20 years in prison and was released
What'd he do? What you
March
do?
of last year.
Kendra.
While in, what did you
I'm
do is the
curious.
first question.
That's
Come on,
crazy.
let's get it out first.
Yeah, let's get the comment out. Go ahead and read the comment,
All right.
Dave.
I did 20 years in prison and was released March of last year while in a reentry center. I learned about you, me, yes, Him500, Smitty, and Haitian CEO. Is that in that order? Like you learned about me first, right? And then Him500, Smitty, and Haitian CEO. You guys have changed my life. I appreciate you. Man, Albert,
Shout out
man,
to
go and send me a text, bro. I'm about to sell you some.
Yeah, Albert,
lunch
tell
on
Albert
me,
drop his
man.
cash up.
Yeah, drop his cash app.
Tell him drop his cash up.
Drop your cash app. Five got something for you. He gonna cover both of us. That's what's up, man. That's fire, bro. Yo, no matter, y'all don't understand. So, I can understand why people attack Five. Okay, I can understand because like he be popping it, right? I don't even do that, and I still get attacked. And if I'm being honest, it'd be like it made
In the
me want to
weirdest
say
way.
stuff like, "Dang, man, do I really want to be out here even highlighting entrepreneurs?" Because y'all can go out after you leave here and do something crazy, and then it's my fault. Oh, that's I'm on your platform, right? But I can understand it. Like somebody that like super winning, I hate on you. I don't be doing nothing, and they still attack me, and it really makes me think like, dang, maybe I should do something in tech. You know what I mean? I learn how to trade. Cause then, I mean, then you can't attack me, right? These are real thoughts from my mind, right? And I know Five's gonna call me
I don't
soft.
think it's a
He's gonna
attack.
call me beta.
Beta. That's definitely something.
But when I see stuff like that, I'm like, bro, see, you know he just got out of jail because he ain't even put the $sign in the front. And his name man long. Just see if it
What you
works.
do, Albert?
They have
What you
cash
do?
out when my boy went in.
Oh, another jail person.
All right, Jairus. All right,
What y'all
Jairus, I
doing to get
don't know,
20
bruh.
years?
So Jairus says,
Because if they did 20,
Jairus says, I also did 20 years in prison in Florida.
Here's my cash.
what y'all doing to get 20 years? Why nobody answering that
It was the
question?
wrong time, and it was funny. I'm sorry. I'm at work release, and I watch every podcast you have done.
No, that's
Thanks
prison.
for all the game you shared over the years. Hey, do me a favor. Send me an Instagram on DM. Send me a DM on Instagram of you right now at your work release, and get somebody to verify that you're at work release, and I will buy you lunch. I got $30 coming to you.
If they did 20 years, they was supposed to be in there at least 25. What y'all
All
do?
right.
Oh,
Albert
gosh.
Conway.
And what y'all doing now?
No.
I'm curious.
Yo,
All right,
Rod,
so-
you didn't send that, bro.
So no, what was you
Rod didn't
saying,
send it. Bryson sent it.
Dave?
What's up?
What was we saying? Albert, I just sent you $100.
Hey, clap it up, clap it up. All right. So first off,
Nah, you just said something. Nah, we're not bypassing it. We're not gonna go. Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
people hate on Avery, son. Yeah, you gonna just.
no, but I'm
repass.
saying is like if I have my name on my car, I can understand somebody hating on me.
Man,
You know
more
what I mean?
people love me than hate me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't even do none of that, and I still get. But I'm saying it sometimes makes me like shrink a little bit. Like, bruh, do I still keep telling the stories of entrepreneurs that are growing? You know what I mean?
But they don't hate you. They hate the light in you. Like, they hate that they can't be you and that they struggling and you're not. Like, it's really projection. It's not necessarily hate. It's the hate that they have for themselves. So you got to realize when a lot of people are in the situations where they feel like they working and, you know, they trying hard and they're not really getting anywhere and you look like them, the hate that they're projecting onto you is the hate that they feel for themselves for not being able to be where they are. So in the essence of you highlighting other entrepreneurs who are also black and successful, their minds not understanding it because they feel like, why is this not me? And instead of them learning from you, you know, they hate on you. And then with you actually being laid back, I think it's the light in you that they don't like because it's like you don't have to do nothing to prove it. So that even more, they like, oh, who does this guy think he is? And the fact that you ain't even popping it, they more like, oh, he don't even think like he think he's better. So I think it's more of the hate that they have for themselves that they just projecting onto you.
And people don't think it's real.
Yeah.
This is the biggest thing is that the misconception is that people don't believe this stuff is real. They don't believe life is real. It's like, oh man, they faking it because it makes them comfortable. Because it's impossible how hard I work. I seen my dad go to work, 2 jobs. And I don't know nobody who's ever bought a Lamborghini. Then them houses, they gotta rent them. It gotta be rented, and they going and they faking. They just want to sell y'all a lifestyle that's not real. But that level of misconnect, right, and disconnect, where it is that because they don't understand the process to even be able to do it. Like most of these people, and it was crazy because I went live with a guy and I realized that this dude, not only would you not be able to rent a Lamborghini and understand it, you couldn't rent from Hertz. Like you probably don't have a credit card, right? But I realize is that there is a disconnect, and sometimes we look at the black community and we'll categorize everybody in black entrepreneurship, and everybody in the black community is not the same. You do have those who have not been exposed yet, and they exist with us too. We have to coexist. So when you do the average black household, well, those people exist in this average, and they're not with us. There's people who realize that I can achieve more and I can have more, but then there's some people that go, that's not real. Everything you guys are saying is fake. And they probably live in the middle of America somewhere or in the sticks somewhere, and it's just a big disconnect. They haven't seen it. They haven't been able to touch it. And that's where, and then anybody can type.
Yeah.
So then people read the comments and go, dang, look what people are saying. No, you got to realize the quality and who that person is that's saying these things. 1. 2, if Lamborghinis are being rented and nobody owns them, and the house are being rented, and everything is fake, then why do they make them? Because somebody has to buy it. Somebody has to buy it. And the white people don't wear their wealth like that. They don't show their wealth with cars and all the flashy stuff. So then who the hell are they making it for?
No, here's the thing, and I know it, bro. I know. Like, 'cause somebody will comment something negative, and I'll go to their page, and I'm like, I really shouldn't give this much energy. But I got time today. And it doesn't stop it from hurting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't stop it from hurting. You know what I mean? Like when people say negative things, like in comments and things of that nature, and I've learned to understand where they're coming from, but it still doesn't stop the hurt. When we see people say things to us, I mean, we can, maybe not everybody's affected by it, but some people are affected, and it causes you to move slightly differently.
1,000%.
I call them the peanut
sucks.
gallery, Dave. I just be like, ugh, how are you over here in this frequency? Like, I literally just delete it, block, and move on. I literally call them the peanut gallery.
For sure.
Oh, my block
Like,
list
because
is
I
crazy.
realize, you know what I realized? Nobody doing better than me, or nobody that can relate to how I live would be doing nothing like that. And then I realized that some people's only form of validation and attention is social media. So when I read it, like, and I just get attacked, like, on simple stuff. But then I'm like, ugh, how did you even get over here? Like, boop. I call them the peanut gallery.
How did I hit your algorithm?
Like, I be disgusted. Like, I said, oh, you're misplaced. And then I just put them on a block list because.
Misplaced.
Yes.
It's so crazy.
If you hear, you either a partner, you a lead, or you a part of my community and you a supporter. I run my page like a dictatorship. I don't want no hater.
My block
Like, I just. No, get up out of here. Because I realized, especially if I had, like, I ain't even did nothing to you. I'm just like, ooh, get up. Because I know you're never going to be a client.
Yeah.
So why are you over here anyways? And Dave, you need somebody on your page to just, you shouldn't even see it. Like, I got somebody, they just, bloop, get them out of here.
I don't know if I pay somebody to protect my feelings. I'm getting better at it though.
No, it's just my social media
Somebody
manager.
protect
Not
my
to
feelings
protect
is
my
crazy.
feelings, but she respond to comments and stuff. So if somebody just being flat out disrespectful for no reason, like, I barely even see it. But yeah, call them the peanut gallery, Dave. Like, people are weirdos and they're miserable. Like,
Bruh, that just inspired me too. 500 has almost 2,000 people blocked.
I thought it would be longer.
Yo, think about that. Think about that. What it takes to block somebody. You gotta hit their name. Then you gotta hit like another button. Then you gotta hit another button to block the person. Almost 2,000 people.
2,000. You should see. I be meeting people, because you know my blocking technique. I don't just block people off like I block people off your post. Like, I'll go on your post and I'll be like, that was weird. Like, yeah, you a sucker, and I don't like your energy. Like, you say something weird and it's like, one of those guys, and I'll block them. I be on Neo post and I'll just be rolling. I might hit the comments. You know, I'll be in your comments, right? And I'll be playing and stuff, and I'll see something I don't like, and I'll block that person. I don't want you to be, I'll go in there and be like, follow back. Nope, block. I don't want you to exist in my frequency, and I want you to know that I've seen you do something weird. So if you ever like listen, I promise you, we was in Dallas and dude was like, yo, man, what's good? He's like, yo, I can't follow. Like, yo, you got me blocked. And I'm like, yeah, you probably did some sucker-ish.
I had to do something weird.
And he was like, nah. I'm like, he's like, I didn't know. Nah, you did some sucky-ish. Like, if you don't know me, then you did it on somebody else's page. Like, I'm like that. Like,
that's valid though, because you was gonna be next.
Yeah, I don't want no parts.
Oh gosh.
You gotta have tough skin out here.
I'm about to implement that.
Girl, people used to be talking about me on Facebook. Like years ago, I'm talking about sick. Like, oh my God, they said this and that. Now it's just like, okay, you gotta have some motion for somebody to be talking about you.
That's
for them to
That's
take
a fact.
their
They
time.
miserable.
I am a little more used to it now, but it really used to affect me. Hold on real quick. Does anybody have, I don't have Cash App, but I want to send some people some money. Can I give somebody some cash? Who got Cash App?
Cash App.
I got it.
Who? Which one? All right. All right, do me a favor.
You know, I just said somebody Cash App. Yo, who got Cash App? You know, like I just said the Cash App.
I don't want to put you out there. You know what I mean? All right, so just run up my total and I'll cash you out, okay? You gonna do it? You my Cash Apper?
I got you.
All right, send $30 to Bryce's in Scott, because he's the first person to text me that he posted twice, 3 times, however many times today already. So that's dope. Bryce, $BRICESIN Scott, SCOTT. So send him that little 30. Send Tiffany 32. I'll you $30, right? Yes. Okay, send her $30 too. Hey, if anybody that's watching this right now has ever sent Kendra a DM, send a screenshot that you've ever sent her a DM, and we'll buy you lunch. I want to see the people that's following you. I do
too. Hey, y'all.
Yeah. Give a challenge. I'm giving out lunch. Give a challenge.
Let me know so I can respond.
If you have registered for my free masterclass tonight, send a screenshot. babyshowermasterclass.com.
Send a screenshot. I need to see it. You'll get lunch for registering. So, okay, send it to, this Bryce sent this to me. To my 404-737-4935. 404-737-4935. I'm going to find a better way to start giving out this money, too, in just a minute.
Can I give something away?
Yeah, what you got? Talk to me.
Give me
Can
a
I
few
give
minutes.
some away?
Yes, let's give away and make sure it comes with some money.
Some money.
Okay. I'll buy somebody lunch.
You buy some lunch?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, real quick, and
When you doing this
if y'all
again?
see, I don't know. You want to do it?
I like this.
Let's go next week. Hold on, real quick, because this is my ask. Hey, if you feel like you want to sow a seed into this show, just drop a little super chat. Drop a little super chat. The more super chats we get, the more frequently we'll do this, Bob. Okay?
Yeah, I like this. I'm doing a challenge. CreditToCashLive.com. Go to CreditToCashLive.com. First person buy a ticket, I'm gonna fly you into Atlanta to come in and sit in the room.
Dang, Five. Well, I'm just getting lunch. Can he go last? Can he go last?
What?
Can he go last? No.
Bro, you ain't got to do this everywhere you go. Bro. Let us do our little $30.
Can he go last? No way.
All right, so give the rules. What do they got to do right now?
CreditToCashLive.com. Buy a ticket to Credit to Cash Live into my 5-day challenge, and
So it has to be somebody that did it after 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on June, what's this? June 4th.
Yeah, Credit to Cash spelled out. Credit to Cash Live.
And you're going to fly them out.
I fly them out to come to this. We're doing this.
Okay. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that way they can come and sit in the room and sit in the audience. A lot of y'all support, show a lot of love. They'll get to meet Dave.
That's what's up. Oh, shout out to Rod Brinson, gave a $10 super chat. I appreciate that, Rod.
This was entertaining.
He paid for my lunch a little bit. Especially because I'm on this diet, too. I haven't told people I'm in the gym because
Stop going.
Did I be quitting too fast? I didn't want to tell anybody. So I just wanted to, if I was going to quit, I'd just quit on my own. Don't nobody know. So I haven't told anybody, but I have been in the gym. And my wife kind of likes what's going on too. All right. So send the screenshot to 404-737-4935, or you can send it to Five's Instagram, however you want to do it, whatever's most comfortable. What are you giving away?
So I want to give away lunch. I'm not flying y'all out. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody getting flued out over here, but I'll buy you some lunch.
Yo.
Maybe get a little happy hour food off me,
Okay, so what's the challenge? What are we doing?
All right, y'all. So if you want to learn how to turn your credit into income, I want you guys to register for my training that is going to be on Sunday. Right there? Yeah. All right. So if you guys want to learn how to get a 750 credit score, 50,000 in funding, and turn it into a 6-figure income stream, I'm going to be teaching you live on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you register for the event at credit2wealthtraining.com and you send me a DM, I'll buy you lunch.
Hey, okay. I like that. Okay. I like that. Shouts out to Lisa Stringer Bailey. About a $4.99 super chat. You know what?
$15?
We're going to run this back next week, bro. We're going to run this back. All right, so.
Let me check my DM.
Hold on. Before you give something away, because you didn't give anything away yet, right?
She did.
Did you? What'd you give away?
What did I give away?
Register.
Baby shower.
Oh, okay.
The
Free
challenge
class.
ticket.
I'll do something else.
Do something else.
So, I will give away a digital product bundle. So, like for luxury baby showers. So these are templates that you can sell. Look, I said David gonna ask me. I just made $4,700 yesterday from this exact bundle.
What?
Yes. So I'm gonna give it away.
Hold on. What's the bundle? Hold on. What's the bundle?
So it's baby shower templates, right? Mm-hmm. Like using the strategy Kendra just talked about. Like I call it the thirst trap strategy. So I go to Facebook and where you can click groups, and then I just type the word party. So I go to all of those, I join all of those groups, and I just posted those templates inside of there. And I'm like, I sell without selling. So these look cute. Should I make them pink or yellow? And people just start pink, yellow, orange, green. And then they come to my page because they love them. And then I got the link to buy.
I like
so
that.
So I'm giving it away for free. All you got to do is register for my free class, babyshowermasterclass.com.
Okay. All right. Family in the room, I want to give away some more money here, okay? Man, shouts out to Clippers to Commas. Oh, that's my boy. Super chat $9.99. Appreciate that, man. Join the morning meetup for sure. Absolutely. All right. I'm gonna give away lunch, okay? If you can prove to me that you asked someone to buy something from you yesterday.
Oh.
Not you.
Oh.
To every day.
How can you prove that, that you asked someone to buy something
I'm getting
from you
sales
yesterday?
right now.
Come on, DocuSign. Let me see.
My
For what?
design services.
Let me see.
It's my first customer.
Oh, look at the
Did they
pink
pay
Starburst.
yesterday, or you asked them to buy
I
yesterday?
asked them to buy yesterday.
So you asked them to buy and they paid in the same day.
No, they supposed to pay. They viewed it this morning, so hopefully they gonna pay today.
They didn't pay yet.
No, you said.
What was my
ask
question?
to
Oh yeah, you
buy.
asked. Let me see the ask. Do you have a text like, yo, I'm about to send you a DocuSign?
Yeah. Or I can just show you the DocuSign.
Let me see. Why y'all ain't ask nobody to buy nothing yesterday?
I did. I sent a link.
Traveling. Where was you going?
So who is Tammy?
No service.
From where?
Who's Tammy?
I don't got no other questions. Come on, let's see.
The service in here is terrible.
First off, don't be talking about my service.
Hold
Who is
All right.
Tammy?
Let me see yours.
Y'all see the
Let me see
pink?
yours. Okay.
Tammy.
June 3rd. Once again, thank you for considering us. So excited. All right, Perrymond Show. Thank you for sharing your budget. Okay. Thank you for sharing your budget and confirming that you'd like to move forward with 3 videos to be filmed, edited, and posted on the same day. We can accommodate this. Oh, come on. Come on.
The Rick Ross car show for slippery soap too.
Hold on. Give her the mic real quick. Give her the mic. Okay, go ahead. What's that for?
I had sent out a proposal to Slippery Soap, which is Rick Ross's like car detailing brand, and I sent out a message to be their content creator. So the car show is taking place this weekend, June 7th. They did say yes, they did take the proposal, and I will be there as their content creator. So.
Let's
Man,
go.
somebody send her
Congrats. Let's go.
Yo, here's what baffles me too, bro, about a lot of people. How do you expect to get customers to pay you if you don't consistently ask them to pay?
Every day, all day.
All of us are in promotion mode of something, right?
And when you get done asking, ask again. And follow up.
100%. Come on, say that a little louder for the people in the back.
Ask. And then when you get done asking, ask them more. And then when they say no, you follow up.
Here we go. First off, go down real quick. Okay. Shouts out to Donald Hinton for the $5 super chat from prison to property. First off,
Why so many prison people?
eat the day. You feel me?
What's your target audience?
We're gonna run it.
What y'all be doing? I just want to know. Ain't nobody answered what did they actually do to get 20 years. Y'all
Why does it matter what he did to get?
because I'm interested to know
I
what
know,
you
I'd be asking
did.
questions like that too. Like I shouldn't have asked how many bad relationships she had. I'm just saying. All right, let me see.
Or if your man make more money, like that's a messy
Dr.
question.
Bree, sorry for okay. Yesterday, good morning, happy. Didn't want to text all over. Here's the tentative shopping list PDF, Amazon PDF shopping list. Can I get the name and email that we'll be sending the contract to for signing? I have the Zelle information for the 1750 furniture bundle.
That's not my design.
He-
Design fee is in the contract, and they got to pay.
He answered you.
Come on, $30. Okay, all right, $30.
He wasn't the one that had 20
How much
years
owe you so
though.
far?
It was 2 of them with 20 years.
30, 60. We at 90 so far? Okay, I got cash. Don't worry about it. We're gonna give away this other $10. Then we're going to something big. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick for a second, y'all. And I like to do that example because I want people to be double rewarded for the work that they're doing anyway. But so many of us are planning on building a business, but we're not asking people to buy on a regular basis. I'm not saying, I didn't say, all right, how many people made a sale. I said, how many people asked someone to buy yesterday? Like, how many proposals are we sending? How many DMs we send? Yo, I've been seeing your brand and like, I'm your photographer. Like, you need some more pictures.
Could we have put my YouTube on here too?
Yeah. Oh, you want to log in and stream it?
We could have streamed it on mine too.
We could
I got
have.
100,000
You know, here's what's crazy.
subs.
I was gonna say that to you, but I was like, nah, let me be selfish. That's yo, 100%. I was gonna tell him, but I was like, nah. Oh, let me tell y'all this story too, and and I'm still bitter about it. So, remember, Fav said he was been on the podcast years ago, And we did this interview, and at the end of the interview, he's talking about something that he's offering. I think mentorship or something like that. Great interview. Get a lot of views. I don't know. I make a couple $100 from the YouTube video, and I'm excited. Well, a couple months later, I start to learn this concept called affiliates. I learned about affiliates, right? So, because I was wondering why he's like, yo, appreciate the interview. Yo, just throw this link so people can find. I'm like, all right, cool, because I want to get my audience value. I learned about affiliates and like the payouts and stuff like that. So essentially, if he's offering something and he's on my platform, we promote it, I put my affiliate link in the bio. He says nothing about that, no offer. So we're having this conversation. I think it was me, Neo, you, and somebody else was around. And I started asking about the affiliates. And I didn't even remember that we put the link in the bio, in the description. And we started talking about it. I'm like, yo, I got this affiliate from this person, and 5 chimes in out of nowhere. He's like, man, listen, I done made a couple $100,000 from that interview we did.
He said that. He said we did a couple views. I had the #1 podcast. I had the #1 on
this,
YouTube.
yeah.
I had the #1 interview. We ran for 2 years. I was at #1.
But at this time, I'm getting to the disrespect.
What's the disrespect?
We're talking about this affiliate thing, right? And if I was like, yo, I made a couple $100,000 off the interview on that link. I said, no way. He said, yo, for sure. Here's where it gets bad and why I'm still a little bitter. I said, yo, 5, let me get an affiliate. Guess what he says? No, we already did it. I said, what, bro? Like, why wouldn't you just give me an affiliate now that we already established it? He's like, no, you didn't negotiate that. I'm like, bro, you didn't give me a dime to be on the pod. I mean, it's cool. I like the views, the couple $100,000. Right or wrong, should he have at that moment when we realized he's running up a bag and I didn't get a dime, right? Should he have at least created an affiliate for me at that moment? No?
I would agree.
You would agree, right? Yes? I didn't like that you did that.
That's the difference. You are what you can negotiate. I said it then, I'll say it now. Listen, one, it wasn't a thing where people was like, yo, I'm gonna come on here and promote and do a sale. I just came to do an interview. I just talk my talk. You dropped the link, it was there. It wasn't a thing. I'm like, okay. And I couldn't track. And then I wasn't using high rolls. So I was making a lot of money.
True. Here's how I know that's not true.
Well, it's not true.
Because as we were talking about it, he did an interview somewhere else, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I paid them out X amount of dollars. Yo, you paid them out at least $100,000."
Yeah, because Neo and them came and ruined it because they told you about the affiliate, and the same one who told you went and told them, and so by the time I got to them, they made it in advance. I said, "I'd rather do this." They like, "No, give me an affiliate." I'm like, "All right, forget it." So I gave the affiliate. I had no choice. I had to
I'm not asking for back pay, y'all. I'm just saying today, let me get an affiliate today to replace that link. My man says no. I should have took the whole link out and just had a bitterness. Yeah. I didn't even think about it. But
I thought you did. I was like, but I mean, it wasn't. You make it sound bad, man. Look, it's business. Like,
at what point did I lie in this story?
No, it's not. It's not. But what you get to see is that David had to grow in business, and sometimes you learn your lessons. And this is how you learn lessons. You learn lessons from experience, and that you are what you can negotiate. And what you negotiate, you stand on it. It's like, hey, you come do a podcast, cool. You show up, come talk your talk. Do #1. I'm doing numbers. I'm outside spending money. I'm going crazy. Like, I got your podcast popping.
Spending money.
You know, I blitz. But at that time too, though, that podcast did numbers and performed very well on the platform. There wasn't nobody else cooking like me, and we turned up. So instead of saying thank you, like, you came through, you showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my God.
I get I'm disrespected. Like, yo. Y'all gotta learn that people won't appreciate you in the light that they should if they can't benefit how they see you benefit. It's crazy.
I'm with that. Okay. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. The promotion aspect. And I don't know why people are so timid with the promotion and they spend so much time doing busy work. I think we spend so much time on the website and the proper branding and the colors and the strategy and all that kind of stuff so that we don't have to go tell somebody, hey, I can help you, just give me this amount of money. So Why do you think that is? And if y'all ever struggle with that, let me know. Either one.
You ain't been talking.
People, I think maybe people lack confidence. So maybe, you know, I was talking to one of my mentees and I was like, she just joined our inner circle. And I'm like, what's up, Randine? I just knew you was about to pop off. And she was like, well, I'm afraid to launch the class because I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid that nobody will sign up. And I said, well, I know one thing. If you don't launch the class, nobody is going to show up or take the offer. And that's a fact. And like Myron Golden always says, people cannot take the offer that you don't make. Me, I'm a post every day. I'm
You never been nervous to post?
Oh, I was afraid to go live, but I've like I grew my Facebook group to like 60K just typing. I'm pregnant. Nobody knew that I was pregnant. I'm on a hospital bed. I'm having my baby and people messaging me, I don't have the class. And nobody knew.
Having your baby replying to texts is crazy at the same time.
But
you had to go get it.
Yeah. So yeah, I did. It was just maybe because of, you know, like low self-esteem. I'm just, you know, me talking, I'm like, I don't speak, you know, correct grammar. Like they don't say I'm country. All of these insecurities. So I think that's why people don't show up the way they should. But
who doesn't promote their business the way they should? Why? Let me get a camera. Why? Actually, go to Billy because Billy's here. Why? Why don't you promote your business? And first I'll tell people what you do, and then tell us why you don't promote your business.
Well, I just sit around and push buttons, but I do filmmaking. I do corporate filmmaking, and I do like these like biopics. And part of the reason why I've been so hesitant because it's working for C-level people. And I want to make sure that the impression is right. So
what C-level?
C-level, like CEOs, like high-end entrepreneurs. So I do these little biopics of like a day in their life and really help them with just some personal branding, things like that. But it's one of those things where like if you don't get the conversation right, I feel like you could really shoot yourself in the foot really quickly.
The conversation between the person that you're pitching.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been overthinking the pitch, right? Overthinking the positioning, because I've been testing the waters with people I know, so that way it's in a good position. But like I feel like there's still something like it's lacking, so I haven't really gone out there and pushed it really hard yet. So
got it.
Yeah.
Somebody else. Why? Let's do this. Maybe we can help somebody today, y'all. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was just talking to them about this on Sunday at the meetup. So there's like promoting.
What meetup was that?
The one that you never come to.
I came one time.
The one that we invite you to every other week.
What meetup is that?
The one at the Ritz-Carlton, the Atlanta morning meetup.
The what? The what?
The morning meetup in Atlanta at the Ritz-Carlton every other week. It's
Oh,
great.
hold on. So y'all saying y'all get together every single week in the morning meetup?
Yes. Every other Sunday.
That's awesome.
It's
Okay.
great.
All right, go for it.
And they love us there. So we were talking about promotion, and I feel like there's two aspects of promotion. I'm brand new to entrepreneurship, and Dave bullied me into it last year, so that's one thing. I promote in person, and I'm having a hard time jumping into the online promotion. So I was telling them, like, I am fully into entrepreneurship right now, and I'm in, like, every room possible. Like, if I'm not doing stuff with my rental properties, whether it be managing, cleaning, designing, I'm, like, at RIA meetings, investor meetings, these meetings, those meetings. I'm always in people's face promoting my business. But online, I don't even know how to start. And I'm like trying to get to the money so much right now that like I can't shift gears to caring about posting online. I don't know. It's a weird mental block I have. So
Question: what level you want to play at?
Right. Definitely higher for sure.
No, what level do you want to be at? Like if you looked at in what industry are you in? Real estate?
Real estate.
Okay, where do you want to be? Do you want to exist? Do you want to get by? You cool with being modest like Dave? Like you want to be beta?
I don't care about having a big personal brand though, so that's the thing.
I'm not talking about brand. I'm talking about business.
Yeah.
Where do you want your business to be positioned, and how do you want it to be perceived?
So, Terica Lynn Smith, she was my real estate coach. I was part of her mastermind last year. She started off as an investor that was quiet. She wasn't online. She was just building a business, building probably a 7-figure portfolio before she even hit the stage on the internet. You know what I mean? So ideally, because of how like more reserved and shy I am, and I've been off social media for 4 to 5 years before I became an entrepreneur.
You're still talking about you though. I'm asking about your
the
business.
I want the business to be big, and I would love to scale it. Yes.
Okay.
Big portfolio, a lot of design projects, all that.
Okay, when you going in these rooms, you're going in them room. You said I be in every room, all these real estate investors meetings and things like that, but you're shaking hand like a bottom feeder. Go into these rooms and learn how to be a sponsor. Go in and learn how to be dominant and own the room. See, if you go in with a sponsorship and you pay $10,000, it separated me from everybody else. Now I'm highlighted and I'm edified by the people you look up to. Because I was smart enough to put a little bit of money into and grease somebody's pocket who already has influence to make these people come in the room. Being in the room and shaking hands is cool. It's levels to it. Just being in the room, you will be able to meet people. It's cool. You network, you get to know each other, and you guys can go on a long journey. Or I can come in this room and I can dominate and you can excel my journey because now I'm above you in your eyes. And now you respect and bring me deals and you bring me things and position me a certain way because of where I'm at. Because if I meet you naturally and we just in here shaking hands, I don't naturally want to go like, I don't put my best foot forward because you're not proving that you're somebody that can benefit or that I want to get to. But that person whose event it is that. If you didn't know me and I still was sitting here with Dave, automatically being in the morning meetup, you go, man, you work with Dave, like this, that, and the third, because you're in Dave's community. I'm not in Dave's community. I'm sitting here as Dave's peer. People won't realize how to position themselves in business and go like, I'm in all the rooms. Okay, but you're in them wrong. So it's always going to be levels to being like, okay, I go to every single event, but if I'm not dominating there, I don't want to be there. I don't want, like, when I do events and stuff like that, I'm not speaking on nobody's panel. Like at this point in my life, I'm like, I'm not doing a panel. Like, unless it's just a friend that it's just like, I don't want to do it. But I have no interest in doing panels because I don't want to sit here and waste my time and then be positioned with, I don't know who you're going to put with me. So it's like, I know both of them. We spent 6 hours together yesterday talking about business. So I realized that, but I'm going to always think about myself, how my brand looks, how I position myself. I never want to be small. And I never wanted to get looked at as like little dog. So I understand that. So when you talk about, and this has nothing to do with social media, this is strictly your brand, your name, your company logo, when you go out and speak and represent yourself, and this is just in rooms. Automatically you get positioned. You can have 2,000 followers that you've met in these environments, but those 2,000 people, when they see you moving, and now when you do create content and you post certain pictures, they're going to still hold you to that regard of what light they seen you in the first time. They're not going to be looking at, oh, are you an influencer? Are you posting every single day? No, I remember meeting her. She was on stage with so-and-so. Like, she really got it going on. So now when they got things, you're now a person of influence. You got me?
Understood.
Anybody else? Reason we're not posting or promoting? Go for it.
I struggle with promoting in between events. I put on sober events in Omaha, Nebraska, and when there's no event scheduled, I'm just pretty much working on the logistics of the event, planning the event, getting the venue, getting everything set up. So at this time, it's like nothing to promote
Mike, a little
about.
closer to your mouth. Yep.
So I don't really promote when there's no event scheduled. So that's where I struggle. So when I get my venue locked in within the next week or so, and I'll have a date, now I can make the flyer and start promoting and talking about the event. And then after the event, I do a little recap, do a little post-event stuff, and then it's like dead for a while until I get the next event scheduled. So that's
Ken, can you help her?
Yeah. A lot of people, I would say this, like David's podcast, wouldn't you rather us see you, what if this was your first podcast and you invested in all of this stuff, you know what I mean? And then you showed up, you stuttering, you dusty, you like, oh my God, somebody showed up late, I don't know how to pivot, right? So you learn through that. So don't be afraid to show up when you don't have the motion, when it's just 2 people watching, because those are the times that you grow. So, you know what I mean? As long as you continue to be consistent, you know what I mean? You good. Now I don't stutter. You know what I mean? Now I got 100, 200 people in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I tell you something? I can't help it. Sorry, Dave.
Kendra, can you help?
Yes.
I'm done. This will be my last one. I ain't helping nobody else. Turn your events into study a thing and go movements, not moments. Right now, you're existing in the moment and you're not creating a movement. And you need to learn to go, well, how can I turn my events into moments, and what does that need to look like? And so as you sit here and you see us stream live and things like that, along the journey now, this is where you start to go into platforms like YouTube, your Instagram stories and things like that. You want to create a movement. So your event, figure out how to break it down into segments. If you know that, don't do a 1 week recap. You need to figure out and create a shot list to where now, how do I get 17 pieces of content out of this event that I can repurpose? And then also, can I put these things on YouTube? Can I then go and create little vlogs and things like that about planning and building out my next event? So that way the people never leave. They're always bought into the movement. So this event may have happened here and I may not have another event for 3 months, but during that 3 months time, I'm dropping content and recaps, but at the same time, I'm also bringing in and creating a movement around it to where now you're still with me on the journey. Now, where's the next event? And it goes into a question. It may be the question this week is, yo, where should we do the next event? And now everybody who's been at the previous events, you're giving them options. Let's go view that. So now one day I'm going to view a venue. The next day I'm going to view another venue. But now you're building YouTube, which is another stream of income. So you're starting to build multiple streams of income. And what happens is that now you'll start getting venues. It's like, yo, people calling us, telling us this, or people are chiming them in. And now they'll start to pay you. And now you start realizing, like, I can use my muscle. I'm not paying for a venue. Like, look at how strong I am and the things that I got going on. If we come here, we turn up. Because people, I can guarantee how many people will come to my event because I've now made them a part of my movement instead of just, oh, once I have a moment, I can get you to come and buy in, versus stay in the journey with me. And now it's people all around the world that are able to watch me and monetize me. Then I can start creating different digital products and doing different things off my event in different monetization styles. Then I'm starting to get advertisement off people who want to be a part of my event because they're watching. They may not be able to come here. I've never been to Omaha, Nebraska. I probably won't go to Omaha, Nebraska, but I will probably send a logo or a mascot to Omaha, Nebraska to one of your events if we can figure it out, if you got it popping, right? So these are things, it's like, you don't realize is that you create a movement, not a moment. And so don't look at it as like, oh, until I got the next event, how do I make this event stretch out? What does that format need to look like? And it's being very, very meticulous about it and being intentional. Okay, 17 pieces of content before we go. Create a shot list. You good with ChatGPT? Clearly. Better than her. but you go through it and it'll create shot lists of how can I get 30 to 45 days worth of content from this event. And then you prompt it right. Boom. Now you cooking with grease. Then you figure out how I get it on YouTube, and you in the morning meet up with Dave. Yo, man, when I need to be dropping? Can I go live, and what did that need to look like? What kind of camera do I need to, what software is that I need to run around with and walk around? Now you cooking. You really can do it off a phone. You can go live off a phone. It don't got to be overcomplicated. But now you're cooking. But the thing about it is, you want to know something? It's hard.
For sure.
It's hard. And to be that dedicated, to be that disciplined, to execute that, it's easy for me to give you the blueprint. But the thing that separates the boys from the men is the fact that you go get it and do the work that don't nobody else want to do. And if you really want to be that and you want to be top tier, I gave you a blueprint, and what'll happen is that you're going to realize, like, damn, am I cut out for this? Like, do I really want to do this work, or am I okay with getting what I got? And I might just stay here for a little bit because it's hard. It ain't easy.
Damn, that's a real struggle.
I know you did help, bro.
A little bit. I know a little bit.
Can I add something?
Raw, yes.
If you in between events, well, before I say this, do you just do events? Do you build like a community? Do you sell digital products, or is it just events?
So right now it's just events. We had a physical location. I don't have that no more.
Okay.
So right now we're just doing pop-up events. No
So
products.
the events, like, I know you got like is that the business on your t-shirt?
Detox of the
So
Lounge.
what are the events centered around?
Recovery. People who are in recovery or sober curious. Our last event was a poetry slam with live music with mocktails.
Oh, well, that sounds dope. Okay. So my thing is, you don't necessarily have to promote, but it's driving demand before the event comes. So while you're on social media, it doesn't necessarily be like, hey guys, here's this event, but you can cultivate a community of people that are going to come to your next event. So while you're on social media and you're bridging that gap between the last event, for one, at the last event, you should be getting reviews and testimonies from the people that was there that can relate to needing an event and needing a community, because that is kind of more of a really personal thing. So you're touching people's very sensitive parts of people that's dealing with addiction. So in that gap between the event and what's the next event, in the middle of that, you can speak to people who need that community, because drug addiction is hard, especially because it's not like when he do events or he do events. It's that you're actually speaking to struggle. You're speaking to somebody who needs that. To me, I think that if anything is a community-based thing, that's a strong community-based thing, because drug addicts, alcoholics, they don't have people to understand them. So in that gap, it's not necessarily I'm promoting to sell something. It's, hey, this is the community. Look how fun it was. These are things that you can do to help you recover. Listen, I know nobody understands. We understand. This is the community we cultivated. And then now when the events come, you already have people that are ready to go. So in that meantime, in between time, you got to understand that with social media and that with the internet, it's you here today, gone tomorrow, just because of the amount of content and information that people are constantly getting. So I don't know how you continue to be in contact with them, but it's not like, oh, I did an event, now I'm just finna wait to the next event. And in that gap, you're not talking to them. You're not building relationships. You're not cultivating a community. You're not cultivating demand for the community to come to the next event. You know what I mean? Right. So don't always feel like, oh, I gotta promote. I feel like what you do, that's more of a, listen, nobody understands you, but I do, and here's the community of people that also understand it. So now when the event comes, it's like, oh my God, I've been, watching you on social media. Like, oh, you helped me quit this. You helped me get closer with my family, because now I'm more present. I'm not, because I have alcoholics in my family, which is why I can understand where you're coming from. That's a very necessary space. So don't think, oh, I'm not selling today. I'm trying to see where the money come in, but because that seems more like a support thing, a community thing, an accountability thing. Here's some methods you can use to get off whatever substance you want. Here's how you can get free from it, right? So in that meantime, in between time, I think you're just sharing those stories, and also how are you building connections with the people who did come to the event, and was the event strong enough to actually break that addiction on their life? And if you're doing something like helping people get sober, or events for sober people, what are you actually doing that after the event? It's kind of like when people get motivated and then they come back and they're depressed and they're not doing nothing. What are you actually doing? And I think it's gonna benefit them too. Okay, after the event, oh my gosh, everybody was around and I felt happy, but now I'm doing coke again. You know. So I'm like, how are you keeping in contact and keeping that community, and like, hey, just checking in on you. We did this at the event. We had a good time. How's your life going right now? Because they still got to go back to that. So in that gap, if you focus on building community and actually focus on holding people accountable, that was not only at the event, it'll attract more people, and then your events will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because that is a super sensitive thing. People need people, especially dealing with stuff like that. So that's what I would say.
You know what I just realized? The person who went to jail for the exact amount of time, the first person who went to jail, never sent me a message.
He probably at home chilling.
Yeah, I said, send me a video of your work release joint. He just never sent the video.
He just wanted the money.
Scrolling.
Now the crazy to do that went and said the first one, he didn't send me his prison ID card and his release card and everything. Yep, send me a message in my DMs.
Cat, why would you lie about going to prison for 20 years for lunch?
They want money.
Wait for lunch is crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, all right. How much am I down so far? Okay. Who didn't win no money today? Yeah. Neither one of y'all? Okay. All right, get in the mic. We about to have a competition. We're about to have a competition.
We need some bars.
Yes. Yes, make sure you're close to the mic. Okay. Both of y'all sell socks. Sell me your socks. $30 lunch.
All right, so these socks I got for you are very comfortable. They are non-slip. They're cost effective. We got 10 of them for $8, 10 pairs for $8, and they're designer. I think you'll like these socks.
You're gonna like them. Okay. All right. Sell me the socks.
And Dave, so what kind of socks do you have on?
Hanes.
Is your feet warm or are you cold?
Pretty comfortable.
Okay, I could make you more comfortable with these socks.
Tell me how.
They're-
These your socks. What you mean?
Okay.
Ask me how much they are. I don't know.
Well, Dave, I have these socks here for $5. They're soft. They will make your feet more warm. As you walk on the floor, your feet will feel like you're walking on a cloud.
Both of those sucked, but we gotta pick a winner. Both of them were terrible. But who won? What's your name? Lexus?
Monica.
Hey, put Lexus or Monica in the chat. Who won, Lexus or Monica? These both equally terrible.
So how would you sell the socks, Dave?
I mean, I think both of them talked up. One, there was no confidence. Yo, first off, you could say anything with some confidence.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, people will buy. This is the first time I seen it. When I was in college, there was this one young lady. She was so bad. I mean, she's not better than my wife, but like she
I was like, yo, I'm finna duck out of this.
She was so attractive, and I mean, I've always been like a Sigma male. You know what I mean? So is there a Sigma? I don't know. I just want to be beta. Somebody can you check and see if Sigma's a thing? Alpha, beta, Sigma. What's Sigma? Somebody read. What is Sigma?
Okay,
we gotta get down to this, okay?
But get to the story.
All right, yeah. So here's the story. So anyway, I just remember she's just super attractive. Maybe a few weeks later, I see this one guy, and now I'm not judging men, but I know unattractive. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call somebody, hey, you're attractive or not attractive, but he was for sure unattractive. Funny looking guy.
Heard you look Terry Bone. I know I look better.
But
than him.
he's one of those people that just walk with mad confidence, and he had like 2 pagers, like the little Scott cell joints on his hip, and he would just always walk around like he looked better than me. You feel me? Now I always wanted to holler, but I was just too nervous. But one day I seen them walking, and they were together. I said, "Oh my gosh, what is happening?" Now I'm not a hater. You feel me? And I'm not the most attractive person in the world, but I look better than this guy. However, that moment, I'll never, ever forget it being in college. I was like, yo, he got something I don't. It's not money, because he was just as broke as we are in college. And I don't even think when I got to know him, the pager wasn't even turned on. He just had to enjoy it, wore it as an accessory. But one thing I admired about this brother, he was just super confident. He'll walk up and talk to any woman in the world. And I never had that. That's why I met my wife online, because I had to walk
that
up
works.
to nobody. We met on
online
Tinder.
dating works.
We met on Tinder and got married six months later.
Why you
and
guess?
that was almost 7 years ago. So, but I'm not the type to walk up to you in a club. I've got some trauma behind walking up to a woman in the club. Like we used to grind on butts a little bit, and then they turn around and be like, and then just like straighten up.
Take her butt back.
Take her butt back. I'm like, yo, hold on, I give her that butt. You was giving it to everybody else. But I just never walk up to anybody.
That's a wild face.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
But it was the confidence. And I think that not only happens in relationships, but in business. Just the confidence. There was no confidence in either one of them. So we're going to give the lunch to Monica. But, so somebody help me with this sales pitch, y'all. What were your takeaways?
I talk a lot. I feel like I've been talking a lot. I'm listening to somebody else.
Kim.
How would I have sold them to you? So, like, I'm thinking, I know that you got a Tesla. I'm listening to you. You low key. So maybe I would have said something like, Lord, hey, Dave. So I got these socks. I know you talk, these socks are perfect for Tesla drivers. So I know you're a busy entrepreneur. As soon as you get in your car, guess what? You can take your shoes off. And these socks actually are going to give you maximum battery life for your Tesla.
Hold on, pause.
I'm talking about the socks,
yes,
Dave.
Yes, no, for sure. But I don't want them to miss the point. She didn't talk about how soft or how fluffy or the colors. She talked about solving a problem. Mm-hmm. What's the problem that we solve when we start talking about the thing? Nobody cares about the features. People care about that problem. Mm-hmm. And that, like, she gonna stop right there. Oh, this is the thing you're dealing with. I'm saying, yo, you got foot fungus? If you don't got it yet, you will with them socks. You ever talk to a vegan? Oh my gosh, they'll make you believe everything you eat. Yes, you.
Yeah.
I can't stand y'all. But they scare you half to death. It's not about, hey, you get fiber and nutrients from the. They're like,
Or you got kids. Like,
oh, you got kids.
Like you got a son. Like he plan on playing sports. Because if he wearing them regular socks and you ain't really training his feet, yo, my man gonna be flat foot. He's never gonna be quick.
You don't want
He
your
will.
son flat-footed.
You don't want yourself flat footed,
For the
yo.
kids.
Yo, listen, you gotta get the right socks. Because when he don't even be wearing socks with his shoes. Like, yo, you gotta get these socks. Like, yo, look, just give me $5 so your son don't be flat footed. Like, do you want him to be able to hoop or not?
That's a good one.
Like, because he gonna have to be on the ball up to his feet. It just is what it is. I seen your daughter doing cartwheels the other day, but she didn't have the right socks on. Mm-hmm. She gonna mess around and slip. Last thing we need is a scar. We do not need a little girl out here flipping and being so pretty, and now she got a scar on her head because she had the wrong socks on. She's doing cartwheels, bro. Like, and you don't got in the right socks. Like, if you really love your kids, like, it's crazy. Like,
You don't even love your kids enough to get on the right socks.
yeah.
Golly.
Your kids out here running around the wrong socks. You probably got them socks from Zara or something, right? Where you get them from? Huh? That's
What do we learn about sales in that moment just now?
and have fun.
I noticed he did more emotional selling, like selling to emotions and actually tying it into events and what. So he did like what actually happens if you don't get the socks. Like your daughter gonna bust his head, your son is gonna be messed up. He about to fall out. Like
Sleuth for the kids.
like she's like this is the benefit, but he's selling like the pain point, and then he's like taking more motivating factors like what could happen in the kids and stuff, and that's why he make 8 figures, because that was cold. I wouldn't even know how to position that.
And there we have it. All right, man. I think we're done. We got anything else to get? We got anything else to do? We good? Oh, tickets to Podcast Summit. Oh, hey, next person to get a ticket to Podcast Summit, go to podcastsummit.com, podcastsummit.com. The next person that gets a ticket to Podcast Summit, August 7th and 8th in Atlanta, there's 3 of you out here. One person, you have been telling yourself you were going to start a podcast for the last 4 years. I know you're out there. And for some reason you keep saying, oh no, what type of equipment, and you don't have any money because you haven't started a podcast, because you haven't built an audience. But you haven't started not because you can't and that you don't have a message. Some of you got great ideas, but you just don't know what to do. So if you want to start a podcast, go to podcastsummit.com. And some of you have a podcast, but it's not moving. And you're not getting no motion, are you? Anybody here got a podcast with no motion? Some people been doing, you ain't got no motion, you haven't figured out how to leverage it, and you feel like you got some motion, Five got motion. But you ain't got no motion, and you're trying to figure out why. Oh my gosh, I'm so talented, I got the greatest conversations, but you need to be at Podcast Summit. And there's another group of people, and they're like, forget the podcast stuff, I'm trying to make some money. Well, some of your businesses are failing because you don't have a podcast, because you haven't started building an audience of people that are going to buy. Some people have a podcast and they just can't figure out, okay, where's the money come from? If you're waiting for YouTube or sponsorships to pay you and that's your main source of income, you are already lost, which means you need to go to Podcast Summit. But the next person who buys a ticket to Podcast Summit, August 7th and 8th, and takes a screenshot, I am going to allow you to bring 2 of your friends. You cannot go get rich alone. So you will be able to bring 2 friends.
Buy one, get 2?
Buy one, get 2. You ain't never heard that before.
Nah.
Whatever level, too. So first person to buy, either general admission, VIP, or inner circle, you will get 2 more tickets.
How much is the inner circle?
Like the status of that ticket. So if you get VIP, you'll get 2 more VIP.
How much is VIP?
How much is VIP?
How much is that other one? The
747.
inner circle.
Inner circle, how much is that?
2,200. So you got a $2,200 ticket and you're going to give $4,400 away. So that's $66,000. What bonuses come with that?
Bro, I think we have first off, I haven't read it in a minute. But we get a meetup. We do lunch together. We do dinner together. I think it's another event after. We do you do a post joint after that. We got a lot.
Listen, if you're watching this and you don't go buy the $2,200 ticket, you're a bozo. Because for $733 a piece, you win. And this puts you on the ultimate level. It's the separation I talked about when going to the events and not doing it at the medium level, doing it in general admission. $733, you guys will be able to split it amongst 3 of your friends. If you don't have 3 people, here, I'm not cool. And I'm sorry, Dave.
I was hoping that somebody got general.
I bet that would have been cool for you. He said any ticket. You go buy that, you get a lot of bonuses and all the perks. The highest ticket is always overly priced because we never plan on selling a lot of them. You go buy it for $2,200. The cold part is you can sell it for $1,000 to other people. You almost can go into morning meetup for $97 and sell it to people in there for $1,000. Like there's so many ways that you can monetize.
Talk about the benefits of doing a general admission ticket. What about somebody getting what? No, bring 2 people because we split that. It's like $200. It's like $75.
General admission is cool. You're just there. It's cool to be there. You're gonna learn. You'll get all the education. You get access to him, and you can get it for free if you drop the. This is the power of having credit. If you got a credit card, you put it on there, and then you go recoup your money.
Come on, segue.
I got 3 tickets. Yeah, you know it's coming.
Come on, segue. Go crazy.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm in your bag right now. I got you. We for the social proof podcast. I need y'all there. But seriously, you buy the highest ticket because I'm gonna tell you something. And one thing in my life that has always separated me is that I always want to be the best. I hold myself to the best standard. I always want to be and operate at the highest level. I challenge myself to operate at the highest level, and I challenge myself to stay committed to people who operate in that same frequency. So when you look at it and you get an opportunity to where you may not be in a financial position to really make that sacrifice, but when you make that sacrifice, you learn that, you know what? The people that I'm now around, it's forcing me to learn how to create strategies to be in these environments. It's not like you go and become super successful and then you get into these environments. You have to develop strategies to operate and get into these environments. You don't just get granted access. So I just he just threw you a bone and I'm laying it up for you. If you got a credit card, you buy the ticket and then you go find somebody. Look, I got 2 tickets. It's $2,200. I can get it to you for $1,000 if you want to come with me. Now you spent $200. Now whether you can afford it to go or not, now you can. So now you in there almost for a little bit more to general admission. But now you're getting the direct access. You're getting the premium things. Like you're getting to spend time. You're getting to ask questions. You're getting to interact with guests. And you mess around being rooms and hanging out, meeting me. Like you get to do so many dope things that the average person pays that $97 is gonna be like, they'll be looking at your content and your video. It's 2 different experiences. Y'all welcome.
Next week, I'm just going to be specific
You got
about
affiliate?
general admission.
You need affiliate.
You don't deserve one. You deserve the story we did earlier.
No, but in retrospect, right? Dave will say, I didn't give him an affiliate. But I did a partnership with Dave.
Oh, we was all a part of the morning meetup.
I did a partnership with Dave. Dave did contribute to my community. And a lot of times is that, no, I did not give him an affiliate, but I circled the block on Dave and paid Dave $10,000 a month for over a year.
That's true.
And I put a lot of people in his community in the morning meetup. And when I went to speak at the morning meetup event, I said, how many people here in recession proof? And the crowd went wild.
Yeah, I don't know if they went wild.
The crowd went wild.
I was about to say the word wild.
And I said, listen, I've infused the morning meetup with a lot of people from Recession Proof. Dave has infused me with a lot of people from the Social Proof podcast. This is how we win together. So listen.
And I want to share this with y'all too. Maybe like a year and a half when I was doing Podcast Summit the first year, if I was offering like, mentorship and like, he was like, I think he posted something like, I'm gonna work with somebody to help their business grow or something like that. And I was like, I was super nervous about Podcast Summit coming up. And I wired him $25,000. Mm-hmm. I ain't asked for no discount. I asked for no sales. So some people see this, right? And they're like, oh, well, they buddy. No, we do business with each other. We pay each other. I ain't trying, like, y'all really need to get in a space where you and your friends do spend money with each other. It's not always a hookup. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
So, right? Am I right?
No, 100%. He definitely sent the wire. Like, yo, help me out. Give me some ideas. Let's strategize. I spoke. We did things. I spoke at the summit. Like, 100%.
Yep. There we go. All right. So let everybody know how they can contact you, how they can get in touch with you, how they can work with you and take things further. Also, the first person that sends a screenshot that or sends a screenshot that they're following Kim, she's gonna send you $1,000. So
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, maybe not $1,000. Okay, but she gonna
said
reply
take
to
a
you.
zero off.
She gonna reply to you.
Take a 0 off.
Everybody picking up the phone like, hold on. She's not.
I'm like, this was,
I'm
let me
about to
read
say
the
both
fine print.
All right, let everybody know how they can
All
get in
right,
touch with you.
on Instagram, Easy Peasy Party Planning. easypeasypartyplanning.com. If you are on Facebook, make sure you join our community, Easy Peasy Party Planning as well. And my Facebook name is Kim Perrymond.
And tell them what you got coming up. You got something coming up?
Yeah. So tonight, I'm doing a free masterclass. I'm also doing a hands-on baby shower in Miami on June 21st. We're actually doing a baby shower for Akbar.
For what?
For Akbar. She's a rapper. Do you know
Akbar V.
Oh, word?
Akbar V, yeah, Akbar V. So,
Queen of Atlanta.
the Queen of Atlanta.
that's dope.
So we're doing her baby shower, and I'm inviting our community to be able to come out and get some hands-on experience.
I love it. I love it. Make sure y'all connect with Kim. Kendra, last time we met, we recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the few people that have been on both sides. Not only the hot seat.
I wasn't even ready for the hot seat. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, she said, I met her out somewhere, and she was like, yo, I was really mad at you at some point.
I was. I said, he's a, I can't say that.
Give me the edited version. It was helpful, though.
Yeah, it was. It was. After I got out of my feelings and, the tough love was over, I actually did what you said. Like, I got my operation together, niched down, focused the way you told me to. But you cooked me. I think that was one of the earlier hot seat episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I did not, I didn't know it was going to be like that. Can you take that episode down? Because I was like, dang, he cooked my ass.
We got to see that growth.
Did you take one of our episodes there?
No.
I can't find one. I can't find it.
No,
I be trying to
Oh
look
my
for that
gosh.
link. Yeah.
No, he cooked, not even cooked, just burnt. Like, why you come? You came for my neck strong. I was like, what is this?
I was trying to add some entertainment value, but it was helpful. So, and it's just dope to actually see from that to like here and like we are our peers. You feel me? Like this, you are killing the game. Super proud of you. But let everybody know how they can get in touch with you, how they can learn from you, how they can grow with you.
That camera. Okay, everybody. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is going to be Kendra Cathey, Kendra. Last name CATHEY _. On Facebook, it's the same thing, Kendra Cathey. Now, if you want to spend 2 hours with me live on Sunday, I'm going to be teaching you exactly how to get your credit, get funding, and I'm going to also show you how to turn that money into things that increase your bank account. Now, just for Social Proof podcast listeners, what I'm also going to do is give you a list of the top 10 banks for you to go and get funding to. So if you text social to 678-310-8121, I'm going to give you a list of the top 10 vendors that you can go and get $50,000 to $100,000 from. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show.
There we go. 5. Appreciate you coming through, my brother.
Most definitely.
We doing this? We running it back next week?
I don't get the clothes.
Your pictures be too strong.
What you mean?
Thank you for letting me go before him.
Listen, I learned how to pitch. I learned how to have an offer. I learned how to be confident in what I'm selling from this man. So yeah, definitely, man. Go ahead. Just
what?
Sure.
Tell everybody how they can connect with me.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel awkward now. Listen. You can follow me on all social medias. Him500. If you and that's for anybody. And the reason you should follow me is if you somebody to take your business serious, like you looking to either get to that 0 to 100,000. But if you already reached the $100,000 mark in business, like I'm definitely somebody you should tap into because it's bigger than just a business framework. It's a psychology that you got to operate with. And one of the things is that, like I said, like Dave paid me $25,000 to help him. I'm willing to help some people out there right now. It's $10,000 to be able to work with me. I will help you take your business to the next level. I will help you with infrastructure. I will help it make sense, but you got to be serious about your business. And if you are ready, and if you got more than $10,000 ready to go and invest and really take your business to the next level, send me a DM today, say Social Proof, and I might I'll do a one-on-one VIP day with you as well, to where you come and sit down with me. $10K. If you're ready, you'll come and spend a day with me, sit down, we'll walk through your business, and I'll plug all the infrastructure pieces from my company or ones that help you hire them and replace them to build your infrastructure out.
Love it. We'll throw some links below too, man. I appreciate y'all coming. And I literally was talking to Five yesterday, like, yo, I'm about to do this. This is gonna be really dope. So I want to have y'all back too, and just y'all got something to share. I think people really, really enjoyed y'all. So we're gonna make some things happen. We'll do some more things in the future. All right. So
Okay.
We out here. Anybody? Anybody got any questions, comments? We're good. We out here. We're done.
Y'all ain't got no questions. He make 8 figures. He make 8 figures. She make 7. Like,
Come on. Talk
listen,
about it.
hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. One thing you gotta know about Marcus, I was questioned down. Let me get in front. Listen, let me get in front of some rich people. I'm asking every question. I don't care if you got a chat GBT. Do y'all know the opportunity? You see that plaque right there? You know how much money you gotta make to get one of those? Y'all crazy. I don't know. I don't know.
They can't see the plaque.
I don't know. And then he got it hidden. You know how much money you gotta make to hide a $10 million plaque? Okay.
Hey, all right. What's
I don't
your
know.
question? All right.
I don't know.
Questions?
That's crazy.
Well, I want to say first, thank you so
Y'all
much for
better than
creating this
me.
space. We appreciate you guys. My question is, as an entrepreneur, what should I do at this time to best place myself to get that back-end infrastructure as a business? I own a branding and marketing agency. I'm very good at target marketing. Making money is not my issue. My issue is creating a business that can withstand. I've been able to make money. Now I need to build a business. And I know that there's AI, there's all these things coming into the future. So what should I be doing right now to position myself to create a business that will withstand over the next 5 to 10 years? And that with doing that, I want to do it with that back end infrastructure. I noticed, I listened to one of the podcasts recently that you and Donnie did, and we need to have systems, processes, procedures, and workflows. So I don't need to go on Instagram and blow up my business right now because I'm not ready to take on those people. I'm not ready to, I'm just not ready for it personally, because I know making money isn't the issue.
Out of those 4 things that you said you needed, which one are you working on now?
I would say the systems. Honestly, all of them. Systems, processes, procedures, and workflows. How is this business operating? How is it flowing?
That's what that means. I'm working on all of them, which to me, it says I'm working on none of them. If you have a bunch of holes in your boat, you don't try to patch them all at the same time. Like I always have a focus. It's something that I'm working on. Like I have a business, let's say Podcast Summit, right? At a Podcast Summit, there's probably 5 or 6 things that I need to put my attention on right now. And I can't put all my attention on all of them.
Okay, I would say systems and client workflows.
Well, what I'm telling you to do is to find something that needs to be fixed and fix it. There's 100 things that are broken, but you can't fix them all at the same time.
Right, understood.
So
I don't believe my question got answered.
But I got you. But my instruction, okay, what should I be doing right now to build a business? Well, I'm saying you need to identify what's broken. I don't believe you're clear on what's broken right now.
Can I?
There's 100 things.
Can I chime in on that?
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me land this plane.
Okay.
So we want to know, okay, you do this, and that right now. That's typically the answer. And I'm only listening to the question. And I've talked to thousands and thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs, and I can see what you're not telling me. I believe it's a lack of not being focused on what is actually hurting right now. So one exercise, you could do whatever everybody else tells you to do too, as well. But my answer for you is, I want you to go home, and I want you to look at all of the symptoms. We talked about this on the morning meetup. Look at all of the symptoms. Either a symptom is no sales. I'm not making any money. A symptom is I don't have a flow of customers. That's a symptom. Well, we got to find what is the reason or the problem that's causing the symptom. What's causing me to not have any customers? There's a problem. Whether it's marketing, whether it's advertising, maybe it's positioning your offer, maybe it's networking, I don't know. We got to find out what is the reason we're not making any money. And ask yourself why 3 to 5 times. I'm not making any money. Why? Because nobody knows who I am. Why did nobody know who I am? Well, I'm only really posting once a day. Well, why am I only posting once a day? Oh, because I'm doing a whole bunch of busy work on the back end. Oh, I get it. There are some issues here. You can't, out of all the things, we looked at one, lack of sales, and behind that is like 5 other things that need to be fixed. Out of these 5, we need to focus on, okay, let me just at least get Let me get clear on the packaging. Let me get clear on the offer. Next week, it might be saying, okay, let me figure out the type of content that I need to create, and I start creating that content and scheduling it so I'm posting 2 to 3 times a day so that people see that I'm showing up for them and they see that I'm an expert.
Okay. Can I jump in?
Sure.
My thing is, so my question is, can you help me identify what my symptom is?
Good.
Because it's not sales, it's not marketing, it's not making money. That's not my
So
problem.
you're making money now?
Yeah, I'm making money.
What's the problem?
My problem is I need a team. I can't do everything on my own. It's just, I'm just a one-man
The
show.
problem is you're making money.
Yes, I'm making money.
The problem
and I can
is-
amp it up at any time.
Not
You can't
having
amp
a
it up without a
team
team.
is not a problem.
Well, if I'm gonna scale and grow, I can't do this on my own
Okay, so the problem is it's not growing.
because there's not a team behind me to help it grow.
A team doesn't fix that all the time. So the
It
problem
does
is,
if my vision
so
is
let
to
me-
have a brick and mortar and be
when
big.
you say it's making money, are you saying it's making money or it's grossing money? Like netting money or grossing money? Like you bring in the money, but at the end of the month you're like, yo, where's all the money?
I would say it's doing both netting and grossing.
That's the case?
Yes, sir.
And you think bringing on more people and more payroll is going to fix that? It's not.
I believe automating things and putting systems, workflows, procedures
100%.
in place
But
will do
you
that.
said your problem is you need a team, and I'm telling you that's not the problem.
Okay, well, my first initial question was help me identify what my system is, what my symptom is, or AKA my problem.
Gotcha.
So that way I can solve it, because what I believe is it's just the lack of everything on the back end infrastructure to push this thing forward. I can't take
Mm-hmm. You might
on
be right on
50,
that.
100 people
For sure.
if I don't have this. How does this thing even flow and operate?
For sure. And I'm going to let Five answer this. But all I do when I get these questions is my brain starts to zero in on what you're saying. So, and it just starts painting a clearer picture. So what I'm hearing you say, I'm bringing in clients, but it's not that profitable because there are some system issues. There are some holes. Maybe you're doing too much for not enough money, or maybe there's some people that are falling through the cracks, or maybe I got a whole bunch of invoices out there that people aren't paying because I don't have a process to do that. But I don't want you to think that a system and team are the same things, because they're not. But there's a bunch, what I'm telling you, and I'm going to let Five answer, you have to go through the process of what's hurting right now, and then ask yourself, why am I hurting? Come up with some answers. And that, once you identify, oh wow, I'm under, if you do like forensic kind of like questioning on your own business, you will find a lot of problems. And if you start fixing one at a time, it will help you. So go ahead, Five, because I know you're going somewhere with that.
I disagree with Dave. You know how some people be like, I agree with what he said, but this, I don't agree.
You should.
Who, not how. You're at a position in your business is that you're making money, you got the operations in place, and you've been able to build. You got traction, you're going. Now you need to improve. You can't fix what you don't see and what you don't know how to repair. That's the simple thing. And it's who can help me repair my business and see the things that I can't see. Because I'm so in this, what I think needs to happen isn't working because I only know what I know. I've only experienced what I've experienced. It's like me being in business and saying like, yo, I want to make $1 billion. I've never made $1 billion. I don't know what that's going to have to take or look like. Somebody's going to have to help. And so what happens is that you realize is this, somebody has to look into your business and help you identify and do clarity, because 2 eyes are better than 1. That's going to be the biggest thing, is that it's not a cookie cut answer that can be given, because the business thing, we need to look into it. What are you doing? Well, what's the profits on this? What's the loss on this? Let's look at what you offer. Let's look at how you service. Let's look into it. And once we can look into it, then at that point we make decisions, and you have other people look and are saying, okay, you know what? You need to amp this up. And this is somebody who can do it. Because I'm not like, even me, when people are starting out, you go get a course, they can help you do this and they can help you go do this. If you're already in business and you're moving, you don't got time to go watch a course as a business owner. You're like, I'm not going to take a course on systems and sales and things like that. Who can I infuse and pay to come in, and set up the infrastructure in a way now that makes more sense. So this is the importance of why you should join the 1%. What y'all laughing for? That's crazy. Seriously. For real. This is why you get under influence, or you get somebody that can consult you or mentor you. And it's not scale my business, build my business. Look at my business, tell me what I need to do. Donnie has an amazing program too. You look at it and say, well, how much is the highest package? What can I do to get you to look into it? And then can you plug me to the people that can help me? Because you're going to see something that you don't see. You cannot see into your business like other people can. They're going to be able to judge and do things and do additions from their experiences, their relationships, the things that they've done in business. So these things change everything. So when you look and say, okay, what system is it or something like that, its reality is that somebody's going to have to look at that business and look and say, how are you charging? How are you delivering? How are you marketing? How do you plan on scaling? If this marketing social media doesn't work for you, some people always think like, yo, you need the social media. Like radio exists. Billboards exist. Box trucks exist. I took a guy who had a BMW shop. And he was like, yeah, I do automotive. I suck on social media. I looked at him and I was like, yeah, you're not going to get popping on the gram. I said, so go put Got BMW with a fucking QR code on box trucks. Put Got BMW on a billboard. Put Got BMW on a radio. You're only in Atlanta. Guess what? We'll create the digital products once we can get traffic on it. But if you see Got BMW enough, you only servicing and you want to specialize in BMWs, just get a bunch of traffic and leads, and I'll show you how to run ads and retarget them. We'll book your books all the way out. It's not always as complicated as it has to seem. Sometimes it's simplifying it. And you may think that it's extra complicated. No, I say you don't have to go do. You need a pixel, a QR code, and an intake form. And then we're going to target them and send them emails and text messages that you can pull from ChatGPT. No, he did not need 5 people. He needed one person that can do operations and set these things up for $1,500. But he needed a strategy from somebody that goes, nah, you're working too hard. That's really not too wise.
Yeah, I felt that, because what I realized is marketing is easy. It's building the business is where it gets tedious and it gets intentional, and all of those little things really, really matter, and that's where I'm at in my business. I know that I can make money. I know that I can be successful, but I need to get down to the nitty-gritty. So thank you both.
Yes, and that's not a team. That's a coach or a mentor, right? So I'm looking at it from my own lens of, I think this is the problem. It seems like I don't have a lot of money, so I hire somebody to help me sell more. And guess what? I paid the person. And guess what? We made more money. But guess what? I still had the same feeling like, yo, where's the money? And it wasn't getting a person on my sales team. I really needed an accountant, because no matter how much I was selling, I wasn't selling it for enough because I didn't do the calculations. I didn't do the math. But we have to identify what that problem is before we start building a team. But I think even higher level, like you're saying, I need somebody who understands business, because there's a bunch of things that, it's going to be hard to see.
Remember when we first got High Rose?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we first got on High Rose and we started being able to track and see, like when we would do webinars and we would do things and be able to see where the sales came from.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yo, okay, wait, these pockets are actually coming. If not, you just collect the money.
Yeah.
And you don't even know where your money come from. That's it's simple things, and some people are gonna be out there sitting there right now like, what the hell is he talking about High Rose, right? And it's things like, yeah, you don't even know where your sales come from. Yeah. If you don't know where your sales come from, how can you double down on it? You'll be doing 3 things, one of them's working, and you keep doing all 3 because you're getting a result, not knowing you're burning money and killing your business if you had just a simple software. Yeah. And if you put it on, then you would have knew to double and triple down on this one thing. Yeah. Game changer. It's a lot of simple things but you don't know this if you don't come from experience. Yeah. I'm doing 1 million a month. 100%. And I'm like, yo, well, if I'm making $1 million a month, where the hell is it coming from though? And if I can't know where it's coming from, I'm gonna keep doing everything I'm doing. No. Streamline it. Get rid of that. Oh, that don't work. Not doing it no more. Mm-hmm. Start looking. It's like, okay, my affiliates are contributors, but they not competing with what I'm doing on this webinars or how my ads, and these ads specifically. Mm-hmm. YouTube ones, my Google ads. Wait, these actually perform and work. My Instagram ads and things like that gain me followers. But these convert to dollars and buyers. Yeah. People not knowing that. They're like, yo, why I see you on Roku and all these other things? Mind your business. Mind your business. But listen, don't know about you, but I gotta go.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Hopefully this was valuable. We will let you know. Just first off, hit the subscribe button so that you know, and then turn your notifications on so you know when we live, because we won't give away money every single time we do this. All right, we love y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Send me that $10,000.